I
I'd be
don't
down
know.
for like some Stellaris or
I don't
something.
know
Maybe.
about Saturdays, but because those are really good door dashing days. Now that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So let's get started. Okay, we're gonna do a
Okay.
recap, because it's kind of been a while. I don't remember like all the details of what you guys did last session, but last session, you guys were up in the spring tower, talking to Guardian, and you guys learned about the commander elf that led the army uh, in the other part of the world, which you guys know as the forest. Let's see, let me move my camera. Let me get you guys on the map here.
Did we level to 10?
No,
I
not
thought
yet.
we did for some reason, but I guess we didn't. So
We're not level 10? Okay, we're level
Mm-mm.
9.
Unless Secret said like
Okay.
you're 10 even though you don't have the XP, but
I'm
we don't
just
have the XP for it right
checking.
now.
All
Yeah.
right, so the Forest of Sero. So that's where you guys learned that the commander led the army there, and you guys remember there were ghosts in that army, and somehow you guys came up with the idea to see if you could hunt down this commander or learn more about it. Because I guess you guys wanted to maybe redeem or revenge the ghosts, or I don't know.
I think there was something about like trying to present it with these like because we found like 3 magic items that were like connected to like leadership kind of.
Oh yeah, there were full leadership
Um
stuff.
so I think the idea was that maybe presenting these to like the spirit of this leader would like trigger something. I don't know. I guess I
I
was saying
guess you
before.
guys are assuming there's a spirit because you don't really know, but Guardian did inform you that he did retreat to a hut west of Lover's Forest, just underneath Carmen, where
Yeah.
there's an apple tree. And I think you guys got there. You're actually at the
We
tree
stopped
and
through
you saw
Carmen
the
and there was a
shack.
curse as well on the city of Carmen, so everybody was like asleep or something.
Right, something not asleep. It's like almost like they're frozen still.
Okay, sleep was the other one we went to. Actually, wasn't it? Gust was that when everyone was asleep. No, Gust they were dancing, right? I don't remember.
Gus was just like weird shit. They were exhausting themselves.
Yeah, they
Some
were
people were
dancing. So
dancing.
Carmen, they're
Yeah,
frozen, and there was
yeah.
one person there that was like, "I came here to look for my friend who's not here," and for
Right.
some reason it's like this, and we're like, "Good luck with that, buddy." Sounds
Yeah,
like
you,
sounds like it's a rough life.
yeah, that was Alan. You met Alan there. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
right.
guys decided to look for the commander, or at least learn
He was
more
looking for Circa.
of what happened to him. Guardian did inform you that he was extremely depressed and saddened by the whole event because he was the sole survivor. Um, though their um, though their war they fought, though all of them died, sadly, it did not go in vain, as it did help the White Dragons in the end lock down the goddess. Well, not the goddess, but like keep the keys and get rid of the dark dragons and whatnot. This is just in different eras. Time repeats itself. These scenarios seem to happen over and over and over again. Did I? Okay, yeah. So yeah, you guys got down to where the shack is, and that's where we ended session, is you guys found a shack. And is there anything that I'm missing? I should have listened to the last episode
Oh yeah, well,
before.
I
didn't have
got
time.
some notes. The ghost is the elf king Elman Zerperios.
Mm-hmm.
Zerperos. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but and the
Don't
other
ask me,
thing
I just wrote
too,
it.
yeah, the only thing else that that you didn't mention was also that Alan was looking for Cirsa, and also Cirsa was the name of the old woman that was supposedly showing up to Princess Shito. So I don't think we've mentioned that we'd heard that name to Alan, like, and been like, "Yo, is that the same person?" I don't remember if we
I
did.
don't think you guys brought that up to Alan. No.
I don't think so. I think we thought about it like later,
Yeah.
but we're like, it's probably the same person, but because like Circe's not a super common name, it's not as common. It's not like if it was the other way around, I'd be like, it's probably a different Alan. But
Maybe it could be.
because I know lots of Allens, but I don't know very many
Maybe.
Cirsas.
You might.
Yeah,
You've been around the world, so it's possible.
and I can't remember, was Alan going to talk or something?
Alan did not say he was going to talk.
Oh, okay.
He was just looking for Cirsa. I think you guys you
I remember
you guys had a
talking or
lead
somehow.
on talk. I can't remember what the lead was though. Not right now. But you guys
Okay.
have a lead on talk. But you don't know much about talk. What was the lead?
Okay.
Guardian told you about talk. What was it? Oh, okay. Brain fart right now, but yeah, no, Alan doesn't plan on going to talk. Or at least he didn't say anything to you.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, yeah, we're at this spooky shack.
Yes. Yeah. If you guys are ready to get going, I'm just gonna open up something here. Just make sure it's functioning properly. Looks like it is. Okay.
Does this shack look like dilapidated, or like does it look like it's still in like surprisingly good shape? Does it look like somebody's like living in it maybe?
Well, I have a map for you on that, and that'll help answer. But it looks like part and part. Like there's two buildings.
Okay.
So let me get this up and share it. I'll set you guys back here because that's oh yeah, Fox is big right now.
Yeah, he's not actually large. He just wasn't
Yeah.
large.
I gotta resize him on the combat tracker so I can. There we go.
Map does look familiar somehow.
Yeah. So you guys will probably want to roll perceptions, but to answer your question, one of the buildings it does look like the old oh my god, words are hard today. It does look like the wood is old because it's got some of that green moss kind of on it, but it's still fully intact on one of the buildings. But the other one looks more realistic to time, where the old wood should be crumbling and falling apart. So one building, oddly enough, looks intact where perhaps it shouldn't, especially in comparison to the other building, where the other
Why would
building's
they only
roof
take
is
care of
falling
one
apart.
of the shacks?
There you go. That's a good question. Anybody
Maybe
else's
it's
perception?
magical.
Let me get Aronnax's sheet.
Maybe
open.
they just haven't gotten around to fixing it, and we could help them with that.
True, and they might let us stay there if we do.
Of course, Aronnaxes don't see shit.
Ah, man, actually, it's kind of too bad that Star Fox isn't here, because Aaron Axis might be like able to help with fixing the shack as a
Fix
carpenter.
it. Oh.
Mhm.
No, carpentry. Oh yeah.
I mean, is Star Fox's character actually here? Or not?
I think its character is there.
Yeah, but it's the role play, not.
Yeah.
It's not the game
Okay.
master's job to role play, or is it? I don't know.
No,
No, it is.
I mean, not
just
for
usually not for other
PCs.
people's PCs.
Right. Okay. So you guys start to approach the shack, and as you're observing its condition, friend and boy, you begin to hear the sound of like cries, kind of like a moan of like sadness, of grief, but it's from a man. It's male, and it seems to be coming from where you guys are and going further away from you towards the house in a good condition. And I need everybody to roll a will save.
Okay. And I get some bonuses depending on what type of effect this is. Like, if it's a mind affecting, I get +3.
Okay.
Don't worry, this is my good save.
And if it's fear, I get an additional +2, for example.
Oh, let me roll Aaron accesses as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah,
my
I get-
fox has +4 if it's like enchantment compulsion or whatever.
Okay.
Did I include my?
I feel like
thing
my
in
roll
this?
is pretty
No.
good anyway, so I might be
Yeah.
okay even without my situational modifiers in this case.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, my steadfast personality is built into my roll. So if
Got
it's
mine.
not mind affecting, then it would
Well-
be less. Actually,
It's kind of funny that you guys saved. The people who didn't save is the fox and Aranaxis. But I guess, boy, you can sense and see in the fox's behavior that all of a sudden it's acting like it's mourning for something.
It's
Extreme
sad.
sadness. And
It
you
feels
look
sad.
over at Aranaxis, and Aranaxis has the same expression. Sudden sadness of like a mourning sadness. Like, oh,
Well,
grief.
probably all feel that to some extent. It's just those that pass the save don't let it affect us, I guess.
Perhaps you felt this wash of, sadness.
like,
Mhm.
why would I be sad though?
Well, I use my speak with animals to talk to my fox, and I ask it if what is it sad about.
Your fox responds, I don't know. Feels like I've lost something.
I ask the fox if it feels all right to check out the house and see what's in there with us. Is this debilitating sadness?
I should be okay.
Okay, if you say so. Then I point towards the house.
I walk forward and I shout out, like, "Hello? Do you need help?"
Okay. And you do so, and you never get a response. The
My
place
voice
seems
echoes through the woods.
rather quiet. You do hear like creatures in the woods, the typical sound of
Actually,
nature.
there is a mountain behind this shack, so probably does echo a
Oh.
little bit. I thought I heard somebody going towards that house over there. So I'm gonna go walk up the stairs to the
Yep,
door.
I will go with you.
And I'll
Okay.
investigate the door. Look around. Does it have like a knocker on it? Does it look like it's locked?
You don't see any kind of like knocker, but I guess you try to open the door.
No, I try to just knock on the door. If there's no actual knocker there, I'll just use my fist and on the door.
Okay. You knock and nobody answers.
Are there any windows on this porch? Or are they like boarded up?
Sure. Yeah, there's
Shuttered,
windows.
maybe.
And the curtains in the windows are like ratted and eaten over time, wear,
Probably can't see much
degrading.
in there then.
You can see through them. You can see through the curtains.
Now she's saying the curtains are degrading away, so we could see possibly.
See a little
Yeah.
bit, maybe. Okay.
There's no light in the building. But
Yes.
you don't see any individuals, and oddly enough, the inside looks like it's in quite good condition. Let
Oh,
me
relatively. The
reveal.
curtains are kind of a mess.
Yeah, the curtains aren't very good, but for considering the age of this place, I was just kidding.
Okay.
It's not good
It's-
condition.
Well, I mean, the outside looks fine at least, but the inside it does look a little more beat up, like the outside of this other one.
So yeah, it seems like the walls, like I mentioned before, like the wood should be degrading, but for some reason they're not. They're whole slabs of wood, so it might be
Yeah, that's
confusing.
suspicious. I will detect magic on the building, like the outside.
Okay. You do detect magic.
Okay, I'll concentrate. Identify school first.
Okay. First you detect multiple magics.
Oh, okay.
So when you focus, you do detect a magical spell on the whole, like the building itself and the porch.
Okay.
And you detect 2 magical spells on the door and windows. Well, let me see here. Yeah, door and windows.
Okay. Sorry, it's coughing. I'll focus on the wall first. See if I can determine school of that spell.
That would not be enough.
Okay.
Well, I'll try opening the door.
I tell you, wait, it's magical.
What, the door?
The door and the walls.
Oh, okay. I won't
Alright,
open the door yet.
I'll try and identify the spell on the walls.
You mean the door?
No,
Oh,
on the wall.
on the wall. Oh, okay.
Like on the whole building, that one. I want to deal with what I think would be the lesser of the lesser dangerous one.
Hmm.
Like the wall one is probably just keeping it fresh and alive, not degrading. I rolled a spellcraft, but if it's a spell in place, I think I might need an arcana.
Huh? No, that's well, yeah, for a spell in place it would be Arcana.
Okay, so the wall it's a spell in place.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled well that time.
Okay. That is not enough to know what's affecting the walls.
Dang it, Aaron Axis, where are you? I'll check the door out.
Well, Aaron Access didn't really put that many points in.
I know.
Let's see.
But Aaron Axis is int based, and I am not.
Okay. I rolled for Aaron Axis and
Seem to remember our party in general not being great at this sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Aaron Axis actually rolled pretty well and can tell you that the school of magic on the walls is a transmutation.
Okay.
And that it's some sort of temporal stasis type of spell. Might have been handcrafted by a wizard. as it is not in any of the spell books that Aranaxis has ever seen before.
I see.
Mm.
Yeah, that
But it
makes
only
sense.
looks like it affected the walls outside and not the stuff inside the building.
Perhaps, yeah, because it looks pretty gross inside. And the other school of magic, let's see, I can pull that one up for you as well. Okay, on the door, you no, you didn't do the door yet.
Correct. I can do the door now.
Okay.
Oops, that's planes. Ignore that. Haha. I rolled worse on. Okay, so I know nothing about school for sure. And is it a spellcraft or a knowledge arcana on the doors? Is it spell in place or
Spell in place for both.
for? Oh yeah, there's two. Okay.
Two.
See if I know either of them. No, I
You
don't
don't
think
know
so.
much. Let's see what Aranaxis. Okay, Aranaxis can also tell you that the door seems to have a school of abjuration magic on it, both spells. And knowing the spell in place, Aranaxis tells you it seems to be an alarm spell as well as arcane lock.
Okay.
Okay.
And that these alarm and arcane lock spells are on all the windows as well.
So it seems like whoever lives here doesn't want us getting in or wants to know if we do break in. I'm gonna try dispel magic on the door.
Okay.
And I don't remember exactly how that works, but I'm looking it up.
Caster
Like,
level usually versus CL 5 versus DC 11 plus caster level of spell you're trying to dispel.
yeah, I don't think I have this set up in Fantasy Grounds, but maybe it'll work.
Yeah, you might just have to manually roll up. If you just use
I'll
the
click the button, see what happens. Nothing happens. Damn it.
Do you guys have knock available?
Oh, I need to hit caster level check. There we go. I do not have knock.
Oh, okay. Knock will suppress it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
So we start with the highest caster level spell. If they're the same,
well, it depends on what you're doing. Like if you're targeting a specific spell, then. But if you're just going after the door, then yeah,
I'm targeting the door. Yeah.
I mean, it'll be
Not
yeah.
specifically one or the other spell.
So it's if they're the same caster level and you manage to beat the DC on it on either
I
one,
guess.
you'll just
Oh wait,
take
that's
a
dumb.
chance
Yeah.
and
No,
try to go
I would
somewhere.
target the alarm because I could possibly break in with through the magical lock
I think
if I can.
technically you could disable device both
Disable
of those.
device. Yeah, that.
Oh, could I? Okay. Well,
I think.
I'm using dispel.
All right. Because
So
I think
you.
alarm counts as a magical trap.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
No, it doesn't say anything about disable device on alarm.
Okay, I could be wrong. For some reason, I thought that was true.
Okay. Well, I got a 22 on my caster level check.
Yeah. You disable, well, not disable, but you remove alarm. You dispel
Cool.
alarm.
Yeah, you must name the specific spell effect, which yeah, cool. And then I think the magical lock I can try and break in with disable device if I can disable magical traps, right?
Yeah. I think,
Which I can with my archetype. So here's a disable device roll.
very nice. You disable the lock on the door.
Okay, I tell Fran, okay, now you may open the door, but careful because clearly someone wants to know if we're coming, and I'm a little sketched out by this.
I almost wondered if it'd been better to not disable the alarm. I'll open the
If
window.
you want to, then you can open a window, and it will do the same thing.
All right, and I'll look around in here.
Okay, let me get an access up here. Okay, you go inside and this is kind of like an archway that opens up into another room so you can kind of see better. And you see some like rundown furniture in there. And then also there's doors to the north and south of you.
There's actually like a hole in the ground too.
Yeah, it's kind of like an arch instead of a door. It's just an archway.
I want to detect magic at the hole and in general around the room because I think it might be an illusion.
Is the hole like a crawl space down there or something?
I'm sorry, what about the hole?
Is it like a crawl space down there or something?
Ah, it's dark down there. Do you have dark vision?
Nope.
It's hard to tell. You're not sure.
It's
Just
deep
a
enough that I
spider
can't
web
see the
sitting
floor
there.
though.
Yeah. I mean, you can jump it if you want to try.
Oh, I just wondering if like looking down if the light from the doorway was light enough to see the ground. If not, it means it's probably pretty far down.
Okay, I will go outside, grab a stick, cast the light cantrip on the stick.
Okay.
I assume I have that. Yeah, I do. And then I will drop the stick in the hole.
Okay. You do so. And it doesn't drop very far. It just seems to be whatever foundation it's like an under the house. You can crawl under the house if you wanted to fix your sewers or something.
Yeah, it's a crawl space.
Yeah, just crawl space.
All right, I'm gonna effortlessly jump over this hole here.
All right, you do so, and we are in a much larger room. And when you come over here, friend, let's get everybody also probably in here. Go ahead and roll perception. Everybody can roll this perception. I'll have Aaron access too. Same old, same old. All right. As you guys are checking out the building and Fran jumps across the hole, both Fran and Gigi, you guys see, it's kind of like you see like what the fuck? Oh, sorry. Hold on one second. Okay. Sorry.
Well,
It's not that you see something. You
Nope,
hear.
good timing.
I apologize. I thought it was.
Oh.
I forgot it was at 6.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all
Oh.
good.
Okay.
We might be just about to have like a combat happen or something. We're just investigating the shack of in by the lovers forest.
Okay, I will get myself set up as quickly as I can.
All
Oh,
right.
sure. Okay. Do you guys want to? I guess we can recap for him.
Take 5.
Yeah, we can take a quick recap here again.
Yeah, like what we did. We approached the building.
Right, and then a little bit of a recap. Well, yeah, not a lot happened here, but I mean, it's been 6 weeks or something since we last played.
Yes.
So, yeah, last time we went up into the tower by spring and talked to Guardian and brought Mogu with us. And they gave us some more information. We got some like treasures that were like related to like leadership kind of. And for some reason or another, and some of this was stuff that I didn't really know much because it was like before I joined, but we were deciding to go look for the ghost of the Elf King Elman Zilperios,
Right. Yeah.
who supposedly died at this location, at this little shack near a giant apple tree on the edge of the Lover's Forest. And we also passed through Carmen and ran into Alan, who was looking for Cirsa. And there was like a weird curse on there where everything was frozen.
Oh, okay.
So that's what happened last session, I think. At least that's what we remembered. So,
I didn't remember anything, so
and suspect that the Cirsa Alan was looking for might be the same Cirsa that is in um Tunlin and has been like coming to Sheetal because Cirsa's not like like I said, it was the other way around, and we ran into Cirsa, and Cirsa was looking for Alan, and I was like, well, I met an Alan back in Tunlin, but it might be a different Alan. But Cirsa's a little bit less common a name. I know a lot of Alans, but I don't know very many Cirsas. And then yeah, we had like me and boy, I think, passed the perception check. We heard like this kind of faint crying noise, and there was like this weird chill that went over. So I think like the fox and you are affected by like some sort of despair effect right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're still affected by it, but you were at some point affected by it.
Yeah, you still feel even the fox right now, you feel like you're mourning the loss of something. That's just the emotional state that you suddenly were in, and you're not really entirely sure why.
That's the saddest part about it.
Yeah.
And then
Which
we
map are
rolled a
we on?
perception check. Oh, encounter map shack.
Oh, let me
There was two
share.
shacks in here, and this outside one had like some magic on the walls that were keeping it
Oh,
like
thank you.
uh temporally preserved, but it was only on the outside walls. When we came inside, everything's all like dilapidated, just like the other shack is on the outside.
Mm, okay.
And yeah, I jumped across this little hole in the floor over here and then had to roll perception, and then I think something was about to happen.
Well, I will roll my perception, knowing that it is unlikely to change anything.
And I
Excellent.
was and I was like, when we got here, I'm like, we might offer whoever's living here to help fix the place. And I was like, actually, Aaron X is probably very helpful of doing that.
Absolutely. I can
Okay.
tell whether or not the place is structurally sound. Okay. So and then so the hole is right between the rooms, right? Between Boy and you right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not very deep though. It's like goes down to a crawl space. I just jumped across it anyway because like
Because
I'm
you're a
a
monk
monk.
and you
Yeah,
can.
but yeah, it's I don't like we dropped a stick down there, the light. So there's actually probably light still coming from that hole right now. Not super bright light because it's just for a light cantrip, but yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
going to quickly throw on. I would have this going. Okay. So did you need an initiative, you said?
No,
Not yet.
Oh,
no.
not yet. Okay.
He's just speculating.
I think it might be a
Oh, okay,
haunt
sure.
or something
Uh,
too, but something's happening from us throwing.
something was
so
about. I was about to say something
was
before you
this
hopped in there.
is an elf king that died, not a queen?
Yes, as a king.
Because if it was a queen, we might be in trouble, you know.
I understand.
Oh
You're
yes,
correct.
yeah.
Oh.
Actually, I rolled a high enough acrobatics apparently to have
It
jumped.
was actually a king who was secretly a woman,
I
but no one knew.
I could have
But
jumped like
no one
30 feet
knew.
with that
Okay.
acrobatics roll.
So, what I was trying to say, not that you see something, but you hear something, when you jump across. all wait, who rolled again? We have the
I rolled a 21 and
it
Gigi
was
rolled a
Gigi.
21. So I
Okay,
think
yeah.
we
Yeah.
heard it.
Friend and Gigi, you hear crying, but this time it's feminine. You hear feminine crying, and the crying actually sounds kind of young, like maybe adolescent of sort.
I think I hear a kid crying. What direction I hear it in?
It's kind of all about the area.
Oh, like it's moving around, or
No,
can't
it just
tell.
seems to be all encompassing. And when you say that, everybody roll a will save.
Oh no, but I'm already
Guys.
sad.
You are. You're mourning. You're
okay.
grieving sad. It's yeah.
+3 versus mind
Oof.
affecting. And
Mine is
so forth.
-5 if it's not mind affecting.
Is that have an mechanical effect?
Huh?
The sadness.
Like
being sad.
if it was despair, I'd get penalties or
No.
something. Okay, I see. No
No,
problem.
it's just a sensation that you
No
have.
problem. It's so sad.
Yeah, +2 versus
Very,
mind affecting,
very
+2
sad.
versus
Yeah.
or +2 versus fear, +4 versus sleep.
Do
Yeah,
those
it's a side
stack,
effect.
friend?
Yes, yeah. So if it's
So-
a fear mind affecting fear effect, I got a +5 total.
Okay, well, that's not for fact.
Mine's +2 against fear.
And if it's a paralysis mind affecting fear effect, I get a +7.
Jeez.
No.
Or if it's sleep.
All right, friend. Gigi, do you have any bonuses?
Mine's +2 against fear, -5 if it's not mind affecting.
Okay. Friend, Gigi, Fox, and Aranaxis, you all begin crying.
I was already sad.
Yeah, but now
Yeah,
you're
Now
really
I'm tearing
crying.
up.
Okay.
And
And everybody who is now crying, I need you to roll another. Wait, I think this is a fortitude save. Yeah, roll a fortitude.
a fortitude save, you say? Hold up, let me see. Do I have any?
Actually, no. It's a will save. It's a will save. I'm sorry.
Okay, I hadn't rolled it yet, so.
It's not a fortitude, it's a fivitude.
I'd prefer a fortitude save.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, I rolled bad again.
Okay,
Bah.
I rolled pretty good.
Off to a good start.
Okay. Okay, so what happens is that so the two of you guys hear the crying, and then four of you guys begin sobbing. And when you guys begin sobbing, you see kind of like this. It's not really like a ghost. It's kind of more like a replay of a situation. You see this young centaur like race into this house, and she looks kind of deformed a little bit. Not like in, I guess you wouldn't say deformed, but she looks very different and unique, and something that, you know, you guys probably have never seen before. She has horns and tattoos all about her body. But she is also a centaur, and she's probably in her like teens. And she races into the building and slams the door and looks back at the door as if she's completely scared, feared of whatever is out there. And then she turns around and looks about the house as if like she's never been here before. So she is also observing it for the first time. And then she just kind of falls to the ground and curls up into, I guess, the fetal position as much as a centaur could. And when that happens, Aranaxis,
Yeah.
you get paralyzed in fear.
Oh, there's your paralysis.
It was a paralysis fear effect, so that means
Oh my god.
I actually did have a plus.
I fall to the ground sobbing.
To that effect, on top of my.
It's all too much to bear.
It is too much to bear. And
Uh,
that's all
if-
that happens.
If only
for
I
that.
was there, I could have sacrificed myself to spare her whatever agony she is going through.
Oh shit.
I try to find the source of the crying because it's so unbearably sad.
It's right here, crying right here by the door. It's me. I admit it.
All right. So Aaron Axis, you are paralyzed in fear, but only for a couple of minutes. It's not gonna keep you
only a
there
couple of
forever,
minutes.
but
No
yeah,
problem.
so no
I guess we'll
problem.
probably like I almost want to go in there, but I think better like open this door, but I think better of it and say I gotta remain
Oh
calm,
wait, I have an idea.
and I'll
I haven't gotten to do this yet.
I'll wait for a minute and try to collect myself.
No, I have a thing. I completely forgot about this spell.
Uh,
Let me just make sure I know how it works before I say I'm doing it. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna cast Unbreakable Heart on Aaron Axis.
was that you?
Oh, it doesn't put it in chat. It
I
does
believe it
this.
suppresses fear effects.
Yes.
Oh.
They get a bonus, but if the target is already under an effect, which is basically mind affecting that relies on negative emotion, then it's suppressed for the duration of the spell.
Oh, who left?
Oh, I guess the duration is rounds
no.
per level, so maybe this is dumb.
Well, technically, we don't know
Like
how
Matt
long this is going
DC
to
Did something
last.
happen to Matt?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It was
Rip.
too heartrending.
He was quiet. Was it maybe DC'd or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably my guess.
All right. Well, that's rounds per level. Whatever. I'll do it anyways because it's
He's
fun.
like,
and I'm testing this on me too.
He's like, I can't stand these haunts. I've had enough.
Oh, hey, come on! It's only 2.
I played
I
in
was
a game.
thinking about pulling Foxglove Manor out on you guys, but I didn't.
Yeah, I played in a campaign that was like that. Actually, the guy that was running it found out about the haunt section, and it was just like, I'm going to use all the haunts.
Oh.
Okay. I'm also casting Blessing of Luck and Resolve on myself, which
And,
for 18 minutes makes me immune to fear effects because I am a halfling who already has.
And you're paranoid, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I have the +2 bonus, and if I have a +2, it gives me immunity to fear.
Hello.
I see. So for the duration of
Matt.
the
Back.
spell,
hello, welcome back.
Yeah, let me put the
and
spell
negative
here.
emotion.
Just
Okay.
I might
So,
freeze
yeah, those are
the two
our
spells.
campaign, so don't freak out.
I will temporarily feel better.
for
for 9 minutes or 9 rounds. 9 rounds.
yeah,
For-
for like 1 minute.
just under a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
you know that
I
that's
cast
sad,
him like
but
there,
I'm feeling
Scarf,
okay.
Aaron Axis.
Thank
It'll
you,
be
Guru.
better.
I'm
That-
like still
that
crying the whole
really
time.
cheered me up.
Yay.
Oh yeah, I don't care about you. I only cast it there. I thought it was a minutes per level. This is really a combat.
There
spell,
is
so it's
a
fine.
I mean this remove fear works the same way, but I think it does last minutes per level. I could be wrong.
I find it interesting that calm
I don't have that
motions
one.
actually counters this
Oh,
unbreakable
no,
heart.
remove fear just is a flat 10-minute duration. But yeah, it's also level 1, but it does
True.
that
Calm
one has
emotions
some
does
other
counter.
effects that as well that remove fear doesn't do. So like it's remove fear is a lot narrower.
What? Well, we didn't see anything here. There's no like bones or anything scattered about. So
Correct.
We heard,
huh.
or not we, but 2 of us heard a cry.
Do I still hear the crying, or did that stop?
That had stopped. It seemed like this moment kind of whooshed by and then has ceased.
What? So wasn't there a cry that was like a male voice at first, and then the second cry was a female voice?
As the
Outside
only
you
person that's
heard a
heard both-
male's more like a moan cry, and
I
this
would
was
tell you
more
that,
like
though.
a sobbing.
I think me and Boy were the only ones that heard the first cry, but I actually
That's
heard
true.
both of them, so I'd tell you like no, there was 2 different cries.
Okay.
I feel like this place is just filled with tragedy.
There's echoes from the cast, echoes from a tragic past lingering here.
Okay.
It's it's
Oh, sorry.
it's too much. And I fall on the ground crying.
Oh no.
I,
I
it's just a
comfort
trial we have
him.
to overcome. Sometimes doing the
I'm
right
just like,
thing and
get
helping
over it,
people,
guys.
it's really hard, but we have to do it.
Oh, see, Franz is just genuinely sad while Ernax is being controlled.
I mean, he's still crying the whole time too, but he's like trying to move through with resolve. He's like, it's okay to cry. If
It is okay.
and still do the right thing.
Just
It's
manly
such-
tears.
That's right. Manly tears.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go down and check this door. Does it look like
Mm.
it's I don't have detect magic or anything, but I don't see any actual lock, physical lock on it or anything that I can see.
No, you don't see any
I'll,
lock.
I'll try to open the door.
Okay, the door opens and it's empty.
It's just like a little closet or something. What?
It might have been. It's
There's nothing in
who
here though.
knows?
It might be a little mud room. It looks like there might be a door on the other side.
I just imagine somebody getting stuck in this little closet, and it just tears my heart out. Okay, let's try one of the other rooms.
Okay.
I'll go over here. Wait, actually, before I do that, I'll look at this furniture.
Oh.
Are there like, what is this furniture exactly? Is
Okay.
it just like a couch and like a fireplace?
Yeah, okay, so in this room, it looks like it might have been just living quarters, kind of like a studio apartment, your necessities, just all the basic things that you would have at your
The bare
camp to
necessities.
Like a
eat
futon over
and
here?
sit and sleep. Yeah. It doesn't look like the couch was like used very much. But it looks like it was upkept for a little while. Perhaps they stopped upkeeping it and then it started degrading. So it is in the state of decaying. And then the stone stove looks like it may have been used, but not recently, but not that long ago. I don't know. Perhaps knowledge nature, you could determine.
Do I even have that? I don't think I do.
Oof.
All right, I'll continue on then.
Where's the druid?
But I do notice, like, it seems like maybe somebody used this earlier. Maybe that centaur. I'll go look at this other door over here.
While he's doing that, because I like chaos, I don't actually, but I'm gonna detect magic on the door in this room
Guys,
that I'm next to.
everyone pick a door on the
You
count of
don't
Yeah.
three.
detect magic on the door.
I'll detect magic on the door up here next.
Nope, no magic on the door.
Okay,
I'll open
cool.
this door.
Okay, you open the door.
Wait, did you count to 3 or not?
No.
Okay.
And it's the toilet.
I close the door.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I see if there's any magazines like sitting in there or something. Any reading material by the toilet.
Ooh,
No.
it's an in-house
no.
toilet.
There's
Fancy.
no reading material.
All right, I'll close the door.
This can't go wrong. While he's there and I'm here, I'm gonna open this door.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm not
There-
Lit up like the
confident.
Scooby Gang.
Well, cause here's the thing. I don't know if I can easily
Oh.
jump the hole, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Oh.
But I'm getting
It's-
bored,
it's
and
not that difficult,
bored
but
halflings
okay.
do dumb things. And I'm fearless right
fine.
now, so I'm not afraid of anything.
All right. Well, you might enjoy this because you open the door, and despite what the picture might display, this room has a really large. The whole wall is just a bookshelf, and everything
Ooh.
in the room seems well preserved.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna detect magic on it to make sure it's not like trapped or something, and I'll look for traps.
Okay, you can roll that.
Maybe you
I'm
find a
gonna
blessed
go
book in there.
P.
Don't detect. I mean, you do detect magic, but
I probably detect magic on the books themselves, maybe.
yeah, it's scattered. Different
I
books have,
concentrate, yeah.
and then the whole room seems to have like the similar feel that the outer walls have.
preserving.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's doing that. I'll open this other door.
Yep, I'll just be looking at these
Okay.
books while this happens.
Okay, you do so. Franz, you open this door, and despite what it looks like, it is a well-preserved room. It looks like it's a working room for some sort of spellcaster. There's papers all
workshop?
about. There's a couple of open books. There's casting spell components and materials and just various things like that.
There's no skeletons splayed out across the floor, though.
No, there's actually
Okay.
not.
Making sure.
So I go
I liked
over
the
and
map despite the contents.
Sure.
I go over and pick up some of the papers and then look at them and then look back over my shoulder at everyone else with the picture of the dog sitting on a computer with the caption, "I have no idea what I'm doing."
True.
And I flip through a couple pages and then do the thing where I click them on the table. Say, "Yup, there's some stuff in here." But these, do they just look like arcane notes or something, or does anything like look like a letter or something that I can actually just make sense of?
It varies. It depends on what you pick up. So starting with you said you
I'll just
picked up a book. It has arcane letters all over it. But
Okay.
what does pique your interest is some paper next to the book that
Yeah,
does
like I
have
probably
text.
gravitate towards the loose pages because, like I said,
Mhm.
maybe that's like a letter or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And they seem like they are notes. They're written in a really nice handwriting. And you have seen handwriting like this before from elves, such as the ones in Spring had very similar, very nice, fluid handwriting. And
Is this written in a language I don't speak as well?
no, it's your language. It's just
Okay.
it's like
just- Yeah.
you know, some people are taught how to write cursive, some people are taught how to write calligraphy. You know, it's a very nice
very-
handwriting that seems to
yeah.
be other elves use. And so you read the notes, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to you right away, because it seems like the pages don't have an order, or you don't know what order these pages go in, but it keeps talking about time control and a tower and how to control time through a song, and you can't find the pages that would talk about the song itself or what the music or the song
I actually
was.
know a little bit about songs.
You actually took sing, didn't you?
No, I perform strings, but
Strings, okay.
I retrained into it in like a side arc, basically, just so I could communicate with the people of Tunlin.
It seems like a lot of the notes here are referring to talk. It seems like whoever wrote these notes had interest of making it function. Unfortunately, you don't know the details of what all that means, but it seems like that's what the notes are indicating to you. There are more things on the table as well. Is anybody else doing
it's all
anything?
very technical, though.
I'm still paralyzed, I'm assuming?
I'm tending to Aranexus.
Aranexus was able to move for like a minute and then was paralyzed again.
No, Aranexus through the haunt itself would have only been paralyzed in fear for a couple of minutes, and then it fades off.
Right.
That's
this might be the back. I think he's saying it's like the back end of the couple minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. You're fine.
So, yeah. Now that maybe now you can.
I get up and
Check out this. I come out holding one of these things and say, "It's all very technical, and I don't really get it, but I guess the person who lived here was a time wizard."
chronomancy.
And then I'm sure Guru Gigi finds something in that library too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm ignoring
Um,
what everyone else looking at the other places.
Here,
I'm just looking at the books.
I'll scooch around the corner here and go take a look at these notes that he has.
Yeah, it's not a very far jump across that thing if you're able to jump 30 feet like I can.
Jump.
But also, I think I said it's not very deep. It's just like a crawl space. So if you had to walk down into it and kind of pick your way across, it's probably just difficult terrain, basically, right?
Okay.
Oh, prowl around the corner.
Fran shows you the notes he's looking at, but Aronexus, you also see just down below on the table, a book is open with arcane writings in it.
Like it might be a spell book.
Ooh,
Well, you
this
don't know,
sounds like
Fran, because it was
something.
all gibberish to you.
Yeah.
This sounds like something I'd need read magic to decipher.
Well, technically, a spellcraft usually works in lieu of read.
Ooh, spellcraft. I have a little bit of that, but that's Guru Gigi's
Yeah.
forte.
I think you can read magic spell books as well.
Yeah, I just don't have read magic memorized.
You don't have it memorized today? Yeah.
Oh.
But I did pick up a couple of points. So here's, I'll roll a couple of skill checks, and then if any of them are applicable, you can just let me know.
Okay, no, that's fine. Aronnaxis, you take a look, like I guess the book piques your interest, and you look down at it, and you start to notice, and you start flipping through some pages that this spell book is for all kinds of spells in reference to time.
So it's like a spell book with spells like haste and slow, probably. And
Time stop. Woo!
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, all those
It'd be neat if it had time stop. You wouldn't be able to cast it yet, but
I would not be able to cast it yet.
it'd be cool because you could hold on to it. If we ever get to the point where you can cast it, then it's like, all right, I already I can.
yeah.
It also
already
means the
cast
wizard who owns the spell book is probably really high level.
There will be like borrowed time, sands of time, as well as what is it?
Are you still high level
some
if
of the
you're dead?
divination stuff, maybe too.
the anti-aging one, the spells,
Yeah, the transmutation.
whatever those are. Yeah.
ones.
I don't have a spell book made for you guys, and I don't know if any of you guys can even use it, but that is what you just.
Iron Access is an
I
access,
can,
so-
as an arcanist, I can scribe
You
the
can,
spells
okay.
into my book.
Yeah. So any spell that's related to I don't know a school officially, because I think a lot of the time
There's a
spells
few,
kind
'cause
of
Most of them would probably be transmutation or
Yeah.
divination, depending on if they're about like
mostly
looking back into time or like looking, if it's information stuff or if it's like, but if it's like physical time stuff, then I mean there might be even some
It's-
conjuration stuff too, but
Yeah, mostly transmutation.
I think
or
transmutation would
conjuration.
probably
I
be
think
the
most of them are
strongest one.
transmutation though, yeah. Transmutation, a little bit of divination.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And
there's like spells
then-
like whatever is it, retrocognition or something, I think that's a divination. But that would definitely make sense to be in a time wizard spell book because
Mm-hmm.
it lets you look into the past and see events that happen in your current location. Also a super high level for sorcerer wizard and very low level if you're playing like a medium occultist or psychic. Which makes sense.
Okay, and then Aaron Access, when you look at the notes that Friend holds you, you spend some time reading them, and it looks like they're just notes that somebody wrote about Talk. And the information that you're getting from Talk is that Talk, the tower, has some sort of ability to control time through music. But you can't find a page to go after that page that would talk more about that portion of it. But it seems like the person who wrote these notes had every intention of going to talk and making it operate. But you can't find all the notes that would tell you how exactly they plan to get it to operate.
I'm
Perhaps
no
they took
time
those notes
wizard,
with them. Who
but
knows?
I think that might be what happened in Carmen.
Have we seen a tower here? Do we know where Talk is?
I think we did because we saw it
You
we
have it
saw the map,
on the map. Yeah, you know
and
where
we saw
Talk
that
is.
we saw a map that had it on there. I think back
So you
in
can-
the
it's
tower.
on the world map. I can put you guys
Yeah.
onto it.
But this seems unrelated to that elf king that you guys told me about. At least I think the elf wizard wasn't a time, or elf king wasn't a time wizard, was he?
You don't really know what he was. You
Well, I
just
definitely don't
know.
know.
Yeah, you just know that he commanded an army. He had all those leadership items, and he was a sole survivor, as far as he was aware, or far as anybody's aware. You do know that these notes are written in a nice handwriting that elves commonly use. So it may be his. Who knows? Maybe centaurs write this way too.
The elf lord, though, he came here and didn't he die of despair? Was that the story that we
That's the
heard?
story we heard, at least.
Yeah,
Or
that's
maybe he
as
didn't.
far as Guardian is aware.
Is it possible that he actually came here and started learning chronomancy to turn back time to try and, undo the loss of his army? But that's stretching. I have nothing really to base that on. But
I mean, that sounds plausible. I think we need to go to talk just because now we know more about what's going on in Carmen, and I think it's related.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know if this time wizard is actually the king, uh, elf king guy, Elman. If this is King Elman,
well, here's another question. That centaur lass, she fled into this building and seemed terrified of something that was outside. What how is that related to anything here?
maybe it's something
Go
that
ahead and
happened
roll a
here.
perception, friend, and I don't know if you're in the room
Alright.
with them, all of you guys, and Aaron Axis. Not GG because you're in a closet.
Yay, not
I have
me.
too many tears in my eyes.
Seems about right. Friend, you're just looking around, and I don't know why, but you look in the trash can. You just start pulling some things out of the trash can, and you find a crumpled up piece of parchment. It's not in the state of decay at all. So it couldn't be that old, but it is kind of yellowing a little bit, as if it is has aged a little.
Okay.
I don't even know if parchment actually yellows, but you know what I mean. The paper's yellowing.
Yep.
Okay.
And the notes, it's crumpled up, and it looks like it was somebody's I guess diary entry, but perhaps they weren't satisfied with it because it was ripped out of a book and then crumpled up and it was never finished.
Somebody should have bought a paper shredder.
Perhaps. And the page has these scribbles, and it's like very sloppy handwriting. Perhaps
Not at all like the elf's handwriting.
Right, not at all like it. It's very, very sloppy, and it's a whole bunch of scribbles. And the notes seem to be somewhat similar to what the elf's notes were about time and talk and music. But in these notes, you see some musical bars with some notes on them, but it's not finished.
I pull out my lute and I play the notes.
Okay. You play some of the notes as well as you can, and it obviously this song isn't finished, but it does sound really nice. It's a really nice song. But nothing really happens, and your better guess is that it's not quite finished because the last note that you see there looks like it was like scribbled out, and then perhaps that's when the person crumpled up the paper and threw it away.
I replay that phrase a couple times and try different like ending notes to see if one sounds more natural to me, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But probably don't get anywhere.
You're composing the music, finishing the unfinished piece.
Maybe.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't really have that good of ear for composing music though.
Yep, neither do I.
Also, I guess it sounds like these won't do anything if I'm not in talk anyway.
Have we looked underneath the building yet, or just down the hole?
We looked down the
Underneath the
hole,
building.
but we didn't
It's just
actually.
crawl space and
Yeah,
spider webs down there.
we didn't actually crawl in
Oh,
down
okay.
into the crawl space or anything. We just
Oh,
dropped like a stick down there with the light.
if I stick my head down and just take a look around and it doesn't get eaten, do I see anything?
You got dark vision?
There was a light down there. I'll cast light down there if there isn't.
I think my light
Bugs. And all the bugs
spell-
are fleeing. Careful, it might turn into a swarm.
Okay, I will stop that then.
Was there
yeah, light
something
spell's 10
interesting
minutes
under
per
there?
level, so it would still be
Anything
gone.
but that. Although I actually have an AoE ability I can do using my stunning fist from my dragon style thing. But
Yeah, if we find a swarm, we're running, or at least I am.
I just gotta like throw low CR swarms at you guys. And
Wait,
get you to
wait.
flee.
We can
we're
turn
like,
into dragons. We're
it doesn't
fine.
happen. We run
Is
to
there
the
something
town
interesting
guards.
down
Like,
there?
do something about the
No,
bugs.
there's a
No.
swarm that might form if we keep
Their
messing with the hole.
imagination is getting the wild of them.
Secret's
you
like stop paying
thought there
attention
was
to
something
the
down there?
hole.
You just
It means
said there's
nothing.
some bugs down there.
Yeah, there's
and
nothing
kind of
down below.
and
Oh,
kind of
okay.
tongue in cheek said it might turn into a swarm, but probably not. Like,
Probably.
but it might. It could happen.
Just don't piss them off. Take your light away.
Yeah, I can do a concussive roar. But let's just do two stunning fist attempts.
Okay, so
does
let's
AoE
go over
damage.
to Zerdurium for a
I'd say
moment
that's a
here.
good point. Is there light in this closet, or like the bookshelf room?
There's windows.
No,
in...
there's some light coming in from the
Because
windows.
maybe I cast
it's
my light
dim
spell
light.
here so I could read better. So it's not actually in the hole anymore.
I figure that in here. What I probably did is, if I needed to, I just draw the curtain, the tattered curtains open a little bit more if I need some light in here. Because it's day. We came here during the day. I think it's relatively.
Yeah, I would not
good
want to
lighting.
be in this spooky place at night. Not that I'm afraid.
Oh, actually, just a
I'm
sec.
worried for you
Eh,
guys.
oh.
One other question. This furniture, what remains of it? Does it look like something a centaur would use or be able to use? Is it designed for a centaur to like sit down or lie down?
No, it doesn't seem like it's built for a centaur at all.
Ah, okay. So, curious.
Okay. Gigi, you detect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things of magic. Oh, no. Excuse me. 11 things of magic within that bookshelf.
Are they all books?
No, you start to focus your attention. One of them seems to be a book, and 2 of them seem to be scroll cases.
Okay. Well,
And another one seems to be a deck of cards.
the scrolls I will read with read magic.
Okay. Okay, let me get this open. These, if any of these scrolls have links in them, they probably don't fucking work. I'm sorry, but, anyways, this is
Okay.
what you're gonna. So you find 2 scrolls of, oh, are these even identified? Okay, there. 2 scrolls of youthful appearance, 1 scroll of whispering wind, 2 scrolls of unseen servant, 1 scroll of lesser restoration, 1 scroll of invisibility sphere, a caster level 12 cure serious wounds scroll,
Dang.
and a scroll of animate objects.
Those are all nice.
That's a lot of scrolls. I'll definitely take the ones. I'll take all of them, but I'll put the ones that are divine in my. Like I'll hold on to them, and I'll give the arcane ones to Aranaxis, I suppose. Or wait, what is Do you cast divine spells, boy?
Technically, yes.
Can you just
Or
use
they are
any of these
divine
scrolls,
spells.
or like
Well, they have to be on the druid spell list.
doesn't it? I don't know how this stuff works. Like
I think both. I think the ones that are on there, though, are on the druid spell list as well, like cure serious wounds and lesser
Yeah,
Lesser
Cure
Restoration.
Serious I think is. Lesser Restoration is as well.
Yeah. So are these either of us can cast them, or are they
Yep.
class tied?
Either of you can
No.
cast them.
Okay.
They're only tied to whether they're arcane or divine, but not specific classes.
Okay. Cool. Well, I have plenty of healing, so I'll give boy the cure serious
Okay.
for sure. I guess I'll hold on to the lesser resto.
Yeah, Cure Serious Wounds is a 4th level spell for me. Because like we're like 1 level behind on the cure spells for some weird reason.
And then most of the rest of these are arcane.
Let's see.
Yes. Um,
Oh, Breastplate of Command and Rod of Rulership. Is
Those-
that left over from something?
yeah, those
Yeah,
are
when did we get Rod of
leftover.
Rulership?
That was
Those
one
are
of the
from the-
3 rulership things that we got.
Yeah.
That we were
Oh,
needed bringing
right.
to King Elman. I have the
Mhm.
crown right now, but I might be giving that up to give to King Elman. Who knows though? But the problem is, I don't think anybody can really use. Well, the broader rulership somebody probably could use,
Maybe.
but nobody can really use the breastplate of
Or is
command
the
in this
Scroll
party.
of Lesser Restoration?
I took that one.
Somebody took
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I
I'll
took
just
that and I
keep
said you can
the
take the cure serious.
Cure Serious, yeah.
Okay.
I might get lesser restoration at some point. I don't have it yet.
And you still do detect magic on a book and the deck of cards.
Okay,
Oh,
I will
no.
identify those 2 pieces. We didn't get a
Okay.
wand of identify, did we? Oh, we did. Can I
You bought one.
retroactively apply the wand?
Sure. Is that a 10 plus 10?
So it's plus 10 on each of those. Yeah.
Okay. You know that this is a book of marvelous recipes. The pages of this thick and travel-worn leather book visibly rewrite themselves as a reader flips through them, creating a number of delicious recipes that seem to anticipate the current craving or culinary desires of the reader. The recipes can aid the reader in creating such dishes, allowing him to use the profession cook skill untrained, or granting +4 competence bonus on such checks if the reader is trained in that skill. Furthermore, once per day, this book can be used to enhance a meal the reader is cooking. When used in this way, it grants the meal being cooked the effects of Heroism Feast spell, caster level 11.
Hero's Feast is pretty good.
It is.
Dang.
Yeah. And then the cards are A deck of illusions. This
Okay,
set
thank God.
of parchment cards is usually found in an
What I figured
ivory,
it was.
leather, or wooden box. A full deck consists of 34 cards. When a card is drawn at random and thrown to the ground, a major image of a creature is formed. The figment lasts until dispelled. The illusionary creature cannot move more than 30 feet away from where the card landed, but otherwise moves and acts as if it were real. At all times, it obeys and the desires of the character who drew the card. When the illusion is dispelled, the card becomes blank and cannot be used again. If the card is picked up, the illusion is automatically and instantly dispelled. The cards in the deck and the illusions they bring forth are summoned on the following table. And there's a whole table, and I should probably put this in the item, but not all of the cards are there. There are only 15.
I feel like we got this in another game. I can't remember which one.
Actually, it would make
I don't
sense for
remember
a
it,
deck of
so-
illusions to be the other one just disguised as a deck of illusions.
Lol.
I was worried it was gonna be that one. I was like, if it is,
Yeah,
hopefully,
no, as soon as
hopefully
I
Oh,
heard
yeah,
a
I
deck of cards,
a stacked
When
version
I was
of it or
thinking
something.
about this, I was like, dude, I'm gonna make them nervous.
That's
the only reason you introduce that deck of cards into your game is if you
You wanna
intentionally
end the
want
campaign.
if you wanted to get derailed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're done with it.
You're
You're
like,
like,
I'm
fuck
bored."
this shit. That was like the kingmaker thing to do, maybe. Oh, Pluto, you want to quit? Here's a deck.
here's a deck of many things.
What would you like to do? Okay, back to the other players. There were still things and stuff on the table, if you wanted to continue exploring.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was done. Okay.
Oh no, this place is a minefield of stuff.
Minefields aren't good. Treasure
True.
trove?
If there's nothing
I
else in
don't
here,
know.
I might try and join the party.
Knowledge can be
Well,
dangerous.
I was going to check that south door, but I will continue checking what's on this table then to see if there's anything else that I can figure out.
I'm pretty sure I'd jump over the hole.
Do you do that one thing?
Sorry?
Does Gigi do that one thing? Gigi, jump over.
Detect magic?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Sure.
Okay. You detect magic on the table.
I guess I'll be like in the room. I identify the magic. Wait, look for traps first. Are there any traps in this room?
No traps.
No, I'm rolling a perception first. Okay, I'm very
no.
sure there are no traps.
No, I mean they've been tromping around the room before you even got in there, so.
I don't know that though. Alright, I'll detect magic. Spellcraft or Arcana.
Okay, you identify 5 auras of magic.
Okay. I'll concentrate on them to see what they are.
I'm just sitting over here with the lute trying to like figure out this song.
Are you gonna Arcana or are you gonna just?
I want to know if it was an Arcana or a spellcraft, I guess. Like, what are the things that are magical?
Well,
I can Arcana.
school is for the Arcana. Aeronaxis, you detect. Wait, let me move this out of my way here so I can see. You detect 2 schools of moderate illusion on 2 like little small baggies that might contain something inside them.
Okay.
And you detect 2 schools of faint illusion on like little bottles. Not quite like potion bottles. This seems to be a little different
Okay.
from potions.
Like elixirs?
Yeah, an elixir. And then one of the little baggies, you detect faint conjuration on.
Okay. There's a variety of auras here for Guru to investigate.
Yeah, sure.
The bags and the vials.
How many were there?
Just roll 3.
Okay. Wand of Identify. Sure. So these are all going to be at +10. I can include it in the roll. That's easy.
Sure.
10. Bhutan. They make an effect for this.
Okay. You identify. I gotta move all these windows again. Bleh. 2 bags of dust of disappearance and 2 elixirs of hiding and 1 bag of escape dust.
I don't think I've heard of that
This
before.
place is very old and dusty.
Oh, yeah. Escape dust. Using this dust requires a ranged touch attack by the user, and by doing so, does not provoke attacks of opportunity. On a hit, the target is dazzled and cannot make attacks of opportunity or immediate actions for 1 round. So it doesn't quite sound like what it is, but yeah.
Okay.
The elixir gives you +10 on stealth checks for 1 hour. And the dust of disappearance. They're all in the parcels as well. Basically allows you to make things invisible.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. No more magical items. However, you do notice another small, book on the table that looks a lot like a journal, but it looks really, worn. Used. Whoever used this journal really loved their journal. Not in the keep it in a good condition way, just in a I
It's
use
well
this
used.
a lot way. Yeah. And
Well,
if you open it up, it's in the language that you probably don't understand.
Is it halfling?
Nope.
Is it orcish?
No.
Is it common?
Uh-uh.
Then I don't understand.
Is it Terran or
Yeah.
Auran?
Uh-uh.
I definitely don't understand it either then.
I'll go through it in a second. I was just working on my wand effect.
Is it Garuda?
Okay, Draconic, Dwarven, Elven, Gnomish, Halfling, Ignan.
Nope.
Okay. Magic.
Yep.
I've read magic on still.
Well, it's not.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We need a comprehend languages, I guess. Do I have that?
I'll hold on to the rod of rulership, I guess. And then I'll pull it out and rule over all of you.
No.
It's actually pretty
You were
heavy
such
too.
fools.
It's like 8 pounds. This thing is bulky.
I do not have comprehend languages. Is that a cleric spell? Oh, right, but you're an oracle. Probably not a druid spell.
What is?
Comprehend languages.
I don't think so. We talk to animals, like we already. That's all we need to comprehend.
I get uh basically constant tongues as a class feature eventually.
Yeah, I'm
Eventually.
Is that
Spencer. I don't think this will work.
the tongue of the sun and moon or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it lets me read. I think it just I can speak with
Mm.
any creature though
Hey guys,
Well,
it does work.
and understand them.
we will have to we'll have to work that out then.
Also, I don't get it till like 13th level or something.
Yes,
We're a little
I know
ways
it's
away.
weird. It's like a high level flavor spell.
Yeah.
But we'll have to find somebody that can translate it then. I wonder if it's written in Centaur. I'm still trying to make a connection here.
I roll linguistics to see, but I was also making sure the spellcraft wand of identify didn't apply there.
And those elixirs of hiding would have been really useful when we were trying to break
What's
into
the spellcraft
Yes.
for? Or I'm
Sunland.
sorry.
Sorry, the
That was
spellcraft was just me
linguistics?
testing the thing. The linguistics was, do I know the language?
Oh.
Do I can I figure out what the language is?
Oh, let me see what the language chart says. Linguistics. What do you need? No.
Okay. I mean, I rolled bad, so yeah. I didn't expect it to work.
Yeah. You can try deciphering it and stuff, but you could come to the wrong conclusion.
Yeah. Well, the DCs
That's
for those
fine.
start out like 20, so you're way off on them too.
Hmm.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, you have a journal in a language you don't know.
I'm gonna check this door down here that
Okay.
Aaron Access wanted to check earlier. It's
Yeah,
the
I'll
last
come
place
back
we haven't
over
looked
here.
yet.
Can I
I mean,
take 10 on this
I
jump
guess we
acrobatics?
haven't like gone down and like stuck our hand down the into the toilet.
I passed anyways.
True. You check the door. Nothing fishy about the door.
All right, I open it. I do a flying kick to open the door. No, I don't do that. I just open it like a normal person.
Okay. You open the door, and it will reveal this room. And
Even
despite
if you did open everything with a flying kick, that wouldn't be the most destructive door opening character I've ever played with before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tansin of Flinty Hills.
This room does look like it's kind of like in like this state of decay like most of the inside of the house, except the bed there, it's more like decaying straw. A pile of decaying straw in the corner there.
Mm. That might be something that like a centaur would sleep on. A straw pallet.
I'll look down into the crawl space here and under the bed. I'll
I'll
zoom
throw up a
around.
detect magic.
Okay. You don't detect any magic. And Franz, you look down and no, it's just dark and spider webs. Nothing standing out.
Hmm. If only we could run into like that centaur again. Maybe I could share memories with it, figure out what its story is.
Maybe. Maybe. Or learn how to read a language that you can't read.
I'm all about learning new skills, but I mean, I spent like over a week just learning to play the lute, just for one little side quest, kind of.
Yeah, well, now you have some notes to play on paper.
Yeah, it's staying relevant. I
Yeah.
was probably gonna put another rank in that skill actually next level up too.
All right. And then just as a reminder, there is the whole other rundown building that did not look like it was upkept.
Yeah, this was the more interesting one,
Was it though?
but I suppose we can go look there. Well, this one was all magic-y. I guess I didn't detect magic on the other one, so I might try that. Maybe the other one's illusioned to look run down, but it's really pristine. I'm still fearless GG as long as it's been less than 18 minutes since I cast that spell. And I will detect magic on this rundown looking house building.
Oh, yeah. While we're outside then,
Uh-huh.
I would like to look around. You said it looked like somebody had been here quite some time ago, but still, relatively recently or so. Is there any tracks or any indication or any marks or anything that would make it look like anybody's been living here in like the last month or so? Or
No, not recent at all. No
are any of these
recent.
buildings, you said they're preserved by magic on the outside, but do they
One of
look like they've been,
okay. Yeah, so you missed that part. So the building that you guys are exiting now,
yeah,
though both buildings, the wood looks old and mossy and
yeah.
decaying. The building that you came out of, all of the panels are full pieces of wood, which is kind of odd because the other building is made out of the same wood, but it's clearly decaying and there's holes in the walls and there's holes in the roof. And Gigi and well, actually I think you identified or Gigi did. One of you guys identified that there seems to be some sort of preservation spell
Right.
on the outer part of the house and the deck, because when you guys go inside it doesn't, not all the rooms were preserved as well.
Does it look like there's like damage due to violence? Like something looks smashed or cuts in the wood or anything that looks like there was a fight
Sign of a
here?
battle or a fight? No, there
Yeah,
doesn't
that's right. Nothing like that. Okay.
no. Mm-mm.
Giant dragon claw marks or anything? Okay.
No. Gigi, you do not detect magic on the building.
Darn. That's all I got.
It's just old and mossy, or what?
Where's the door at, actually?
It don't matter. You find a door.
I
And the
detect magic
door
on
is
the door.
falling apart, and it's not even really preventing you from going inside. It's
Okay, I look for traps.
poor excuse for a door. You can do so. You don't think there are any traps?
Okay. It's been less than 18 minutes, so I'm still fearless, right? Or has it been more than 18 minutes?
Fearless. What?
He has a spell that made him
Oh.
fearless for a short
It
period of
amplifies
time.
my halfling fear.
Sure, you're
Yeah,
fearless.
Okay, I go into the building.
Okay. And it's dark in there. Can you see in the dark?
I cast the light cantrip.
Okay. When you cast the light cantrip, everything in here seems to be just completely decaying. Like there's beams from, the building have fallen. So it's kind of perhaps a dangerous place to be within. But when you do open the door and cast your light cantrip, something happens. And let's go ahead and roll initiatives because it's going to be one of those something happens.
The one door that Gigi is brave enough to walk through first.
True.
Yeah, this in the last time I did it though, I got all the scrolls and magic stuff. That was the other one I was fearless about.
Woo!
Where's the button here? I always click my character in this game, even though I don't need to. It's just habit from Roll20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to in Foundry either, actually, right?
Correct.
Nope.
It seems like it's specifically a Roll20 thing.
Yeah, it is.
Well, unless you write a macro to target the token for you.
Hmm.
Yeah, macros in
weird that
Roll20 are complicated.
It's weird that the initiative button on the Roll20 sheet doesn't automatically have that included, though.
It
Like,
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah,
I guess
but you
it
have
is
to
the
tie the
community
token
one.
to the sheets, and there's like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff.
yeah, it might just be something to do with the Pathfinder community sheet that we use too. Like
A lot of
maybe
the
the
shit
5e one does it better.
for the D&D community is built in like that.
Oh yeah.
So, okay. So when that happens, it seems like a bunch of birds start to flock off of the beams, which seems really
They're not
strange
bats?
to you. No, they don't look like bats to you. But something that does seem really strange to you about these birds is they don't exactly look like they're whole. Meaning some of them might be missing like parts of their body. They might have holes in their body. They kind of look a little undeady.
Undead birds.
Just gonna say that. Yeah.
In
And
fact, an
dot that
undead
off
bird
there.
swarm?
I back out of the building because it's scary.
Well,
Oh,
it's not
I
your
thought you were
turn.
immune to spear.
Are we? Yeah, we're in initiative, so I can't.
Yeah,
yet.
we're initiatives. Yeah. Okay, let me put our friend on the map here for you guys. Anyways, they
It might be one of those kind of swarms you can actually damage still, though.
they come together to form
You think I have any damaging
many
spells?
of them.
That's funny.
Okay,
Well, I mean, like,
Aranaxis.
Well,
I
remember,
don't know how well you
Wisplots
can see this.
killed the
'cause-
cat swarm, undead cat swarm with
right,
his staff.
This is
exactly.
true.
If they're a big enough, swarm, you can damage them with weapons that do.
Yeah, I'll
bludgeoning.
hit it with my
these are
staff.
considered, yeah,
But if
probably
they're
you can.
small,
They're
enough,
small.
then they're immune to weapon damage. So
Yeah. These look big enough that you might be able to to hurt them.
I can whack them with my
to an
stick.
extent. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe.
He's gonna.
Okay. So I can hear the flapping of wings, but I don't know what's going on yet. Is that correct?
You probably hear like really horrifying undead versions of caw caw, like
Okay.
crows and ravens. And yes, these are tiny undead birds.
okay, probably still gonna use an AOE thing. But
Oh,
We don't know they're undead. They just are looking
Well,
half dead and
for
moving.
those who can see it, it doesn't take an idiot to realize a zombie's a zombie, you know.
Yeah,
It
some of
could
them
be
are missing
birds
people.
in makeup, so you know, I don't know.
cosplay birds, yeah,
Sure,
Murder
why
bird
not?
cosplay.
yeah.
Okay,
That's true.
I will
It's a
infuse
good
my
band name.
blood with burning electricity,
Okay.
and I will move up, drawing my club. I'll stand in front of the door here.
Oh, okay.
I'll push Guru back. Watch out, Guru!
So am I
Get
actually
behind
in
me.
the building right now, or am I where I am?
Guru would have been the one opening the door, so I imagine, and you cast a light spell to look inside, so I'm guessing that Guru
That's where I would expect me
probably
to
would
be.
have been, yeah.
Oh, There's. I already cast my spell though.
Oh, you can. You're turned it in. You can take back what you said. No, that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. No, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. No. There are players out there that do that.
I think we've all been that player sometimes.
Yeah, maybe.
Oops. Sorry, I moved boy.
Oh, boy will probably be like square back.
We were
Okay,
probably
that's where I
so
go.
couldn't see
I'm good.
the squares anyway.
Okay, friend.
Uh,
Gigi startled something. It doesn't sound good.
So there's a door like kind of right between right here, kind of.
That's
Part of
There's
a door.
holes in the wall. There's holes in the ceiling. So if you really want to just bust
You
your
can't
way
shut the
in,
door
you
here.
don't have to use the door. But yeah, there's a door there.
A flying kick through the wall.
No,
It would
well,
probably take no effort.
I think he was
yeah.
thinking shut the door.
I guess I could try to flying kick it, but I don't know if that's better or not than just using my dragon roar.
I guess they're not on a whole square. Are they? Here, okay, there we go.
All right. I mean, yeah, I'll try flying kick first,
Okay, sure.
just to start things out.
I mean, in all fairness, they're technically flat-footed, but yeah, you hit.
Okay. I don't know if it's calculating that all correct or not, but
Are you doing bludgeoning damage? That is
Bludgeoning, yep.
calculating correctly. Yep.
Okay. And then I'll do my other 2 attacks. Because I did a flying kick. Alright, looks like a couple
Just
hits.
going kicking birds.
Yeah, just kicking some birds and then punching them. Oh, actually, speaking of that, take 1 damage off because I forgot to put the penalty. If I'm actually doing the first kick on flying kick, doesn't use my hand wraps, so I actually lose +1 damage. And a hit, but I don't think that mattered because I hit with a lower hit, or I think I hit with 1 lower anyway with that 20. So, all right, that's it. That's my turn.
All right.
See what
Oh,
nonsense they do to me.
they're gonna swarm
ritual.
over Gigi and friend.
Yeah.
No.
Do I get an attack of opportunity on them?
Technically, yes.
All right, let's go.
I don't because I haven't acted.
Take that. Wait, I didn't roll my damage.
Please, just like crit them.
I don't think I can crit them. They're a swarm.
Oh.
I think they're immune to crits.
Please kill the birds.
All right, well, they're not dead yet. So what do? I retake damage.
I wish I could channel.
Okay. Hold. I'm trying to figure out why my stat block doesn't have the damage in there. There it is. Okay, so it's gonna be this. All right, Gigi and friend, you will take 11 damage.
Okay.
But oh god. Okay, this is the fun part.
I know there's at least probably nauseated from distraction.
Yeah, we're gonna do an order here. So I need 3. saves. We're looking at fortitude, and reflex.
Okay.
Good. Better. Okay.
Yeah, fortitude. It's not great. Fortitude. Oops. Actually, ignore that last one. That's supposed to be reflex. Reflex.
Okay.
I do have evasion.
So Gigi is fine on distraction. You're not nauseated. Gigi is not whatever the other thing is. And
Yep,
then
if
your
maybe it's fear, I have +2.
reflex. You make it. I guess you meet. So you avoid
Meat is
getting your
beef.
eyes
Let's go.
scratched out. That's good. All right, friend. May not have the same fate.
Yeah.
Do you have any bonuses to illnesses or diseases or?
Ooh,
Are you immune yet?
immune to?
I might be immune to some of that stuff. Let me check.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Is
I
it
might be.
level 5 or something. You get it, or 8. I think
I
you might have
am
it.
immune to diseases.
Okay. So
But the
you're just
nauseated.
nauseated then.
Okay.
And you avoid getting your eyes scratched out.
Cool.
Yep. Okay. Now these things have undead traits, so just keep
Yeah,
that in
they're
mind. I don't
undead
think it's really
birds.
gonna play too much of a
Do
part.
they do some
but
damage?
Yeah, they 11 damage.
Yeah. 11. Yeah, 11.
I don't have any wounds. Do I
Yeah,
have to apply
it
that?
was. You're gonna have to apply it.
Okay, and it is affected by DR.
Do you have DR?
I have 2 DR dash.
I think so. It's
yeah.
physical damage.
Uh-oh.
It's physical.
Where Matt go? He had a problem again.
He's disconnecting apparently.
Yeah, it's the special adamantine like armor that I got.
Yeah.
Oh, from the Ox people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
If it's my turn now, which it looks like it is, I think the play is to run outside away from the birds. So I will do that.
Okay.
Our tokens are not locked. 5, 10, 15. What's my move speed? Like 20, I think. Yeah. What does one do in this situation? I think
Throw a
I cast.
bomb.
I don't have that. I cast Divine Trident.
Oh.
Is that AoE?
Nope.
Mm.
But we know that we can. These look big enough to hit them with normal weapons.
Oh, right.
So,
That's true, and it is electricity.
and it's electric damage, which is shocking.
Shocking.
So I cast that. So now
Shocking.
if they fly over me, I can AOO them, hopefully.
Okay. Fox.
And they didn't like attack me when I moved out or whatever. I don't know how that works.
He's still
Yeah,
disconnected.
Matt's still disconnected.
I did like a
I'm
move.
not
I didn't
really
go
sure
withdraw.
what. I mean, he might have items like Alchemist Fire, but we'll hold their action because you guys might have this. Aaron Axis?
Okay. With Gru safe, I will smack the undead birds with my mace. I'll bat them out of the air.
Okay.
Or maybe, well, that's a pretty good roll. I'm actually kind of surprised I missed with that. And they can't be flanked, so that is unfortunate. Okay.
He's back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my phone, my power went out.
Oh,
no.
man.
Sorry.
Yeah, it
Is
happens.
there anything specific you want Boyd to do against the swarm?
Especially happens to me, actually. So.
Well, if it's big enough for my animal companion to attack it, I'll just have the fox attack it.
Yep. Okay. Fox.
I
Strong
don't think I need to use any of my spells. Like you guys almost killed it, right?
Yeah, I think Fran probably has a dead
Fran
to
got it
rights.
pretty
I
next
heavy,
don't
turn.
yeah.
actually, because I'm nauseated for 1 round.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I
So
failed
Dan
versus
corrected.
distraction.
Well, you just have the fox attack it.
Okay,
Okay.
he is.
I mean, the
Fox
fox.
jumps
I
through
have
the
lots
window.
of spells that
I
do
did
like
do
area effect damage, but I don't think we'll need it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Fox
Okay.
hits and does some damage.
The fox
It's dead.
kills the rest of the
Yeah.
undead ravens.
Okay.
Fox strong versus bird.
That's good because yeah, they can. They
That's
can
why
also
Aaron
blind.
Axis misses, because they're
I know
fleeing. They're
the
dispersed.
regular ones have that blind
Oh,
thing
that's
as
true.
well.
Yeah.
Dang it, I cast this trident.
Yeah.
I want to use
The
it.
undead added a disease. It's
Right.
it's not the worst disease. What is it?
Just glad I'm immune to diseases.
1d4. Oh, it's not.
Fever or something.
1d4 con and 1d2 strength.
Well, that's
That's
why we
pretty
just got the
bad.
lesser restoration
Yeah.
scroll. Aha.
Onset 1 day though. Frequency 1 day, 2
That's
saves.
diseases normally. They're
2
slow
saves is
burns.
It's
Oh,
called a
we don't even need to
raven
use the
plague.
lesser
Yeah.
restoration scroll. I remember I can cure ability damage with my heal skill.
Oh, with your heal, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah, true.
but no one got disease anyways because Fran's immune.
But it's a long onset, so if it looks like he's getting sick, I can also just heal check him like daily to help him resist the disease.
Yeah.
I never get sick. No
Yeah,
sick.
never.
No sick days on the journey to being swole.
You mean ever since like the past few weeks or whenever you got it?
Whenever I
That
got
ability,
immunity
yeah.
disease. No, that would have been probably months ago. This isn't one of those campaigns where everything happens within like 2 weeks. It's actually there's
Yeah, I
been a
just didn't know
lot.
what
There's
level it
actually
was
been
that you got it at.
yeah. There's been a lot of time though.
In fact, from the beginning, hasn't it been almost a year or so? Travel time?
Probably.
Oh.
There used to be a calendar, I think, right?
Okay.
Maybe this one never had one. I don't know.
Now that the ravens have dispersed, perhaps that's peculiar, undead birds. But you guys can also roll perception now that you're more in the building.
Yeah. Once I stop,
I can't roll perception, but
Uh,
I was
still
gonna say
do perception.
I was gonna say I
It's
pull
not
out a
high.
toad here and wave it at the CGI birds attacking us, but
oh.
see, that's why it wasn't working. So it turns out that that's not a very effective method. Yeah, I've had
So what?
immunity disease since level 5. I don't remember what level I came in at, but
Okay.
Guru?
Perception. Yeah, sorry, I was doing laundry. Hee.
Okay, well, at least one of you. At least.
Oh wait, I'm in there looking around. Hi.
Yeah. This building looks like it was never preserved. Well, at least it had to have been preserved for at least a little while, because it does look like it's made from perhaps really, really ancient days. Who knows how long, but at some point it stopped getting preserved and started crumbling and decaying. But I don't know what really caught Gigi's eye that really made Gigi go there, be it the sparkle of something or just something. But you go over there and you start sifting through the decay. And
Halflings
you
have a knack for finding treasures. If that's what it is.
perhaps you find a hatch.
Ooh.
So you find the handle of a hatch. So probably that sparkle of the metal or something.
or maybe the floor was uneven under it.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm closer to the ground than most people, so I just notice things on the ground more than the average tall person.
Maybe. The hatch doesn't seem that big. But you open it up, and there are things within this compartment.
Oh, it looks like a little
Okay.
safe. Not like a cellar or anything.
Yeah, I'll take a look at what's there. Do you want me to roll another perception, or is it just things I obviously see?
There's a lot of things that you obviously see, so you probably start pulling them out, and they seem to be in
Detect magical.
pristine condition. And as you're pulling them out, before you even do you detect magic before you pull them out? I guess is the question.
Yes, if I see pristine objects in
Okay.
the hatch, I assume they're magic.
You detect magic within the hat.
Okay. I'll just make sure that the auras are on the objects themselves and not like on the hatch or the container, I guess.
The
Or
auras
maybe it
are
is.
on the object.
Okay, then I'll start taking them out and identifying them because I have to touch them to identify them, anyways.
Okay, one moment.
Oh, boy is back.
Do you pull the objects
Yeah, my
out, or you
character's
said you're
back.
just detecting auras, right?
I am pulling them out and identifying them one at a time as I pull them out.
Okay, before you really get to that process of identifying, you pull the largest item out, or
As
the
long as it's
smallest
not
item out. Is there like a
large
specific
stone.
item?
Is there a large
size-wise?
cursed stone that will weigh me down that I don't pick up?
No.
Sorry, that's meta knowledge, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say you're just gonna pull out the largest item. You pull out what looks to be armor, and
Okay.
as you pull it out, it doesn't really look like it's human armor. And all of a sudden, the fox seems
What's going
to
on?
display some excitement and interest and rushes up to Gigi and do
I look at the armor and I look at the fox. I'm like,
Pushes the fox away.
I think this armor
This
might
is
fit
mine.
me or the fox. I'm not sure.
I was gonna say,
It's the
the
same
fox
size.
knocks Gigi over and starts to savage him.
I'll pet fox, and say, okay, 1 second. And then I'll detect magic on the armor to see what it is. And I'll use the
okay.
wand of identify.
Does it look like it's
You
barding?
yeah, you notice that as you like spread it out more to look at it, it looks like it's barding for a medium creature. And you do detect magic on it, which is going to be whatever that defensive school is for armor.
Abjuration.
Yeah,
I rolled
abjuration.
2, but I figure I'm just gonna have a lot of rolls.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of rolls. This armor, this
first 3 items.
barding, is only a +1 enhancement bonus to it.
Only.
Is it light armor?
It's medium barding, or it's barding for a medium creature.
Right, but it still has light, medium, and heavy type. Unless this one just doesn't.
Does it affect the fox move speed?
This one is light armor.
Okay.
I'm just gonna edit this so that it shares that information for you. Okay. And then as Gigi goes through the other items, the fox does have a keen interest in it and sits down patiently while it watches you go through the stuff.
I mean, if Boy's here, which he is, I'd say here. This would looks like it would fit fox.
Well, I was gonna speak with animals with him and
Okay.
ask the fox if it knows this or if it remembers this. Is this yours?
It says yes. Old armor once wore.
Old. Interesting.
The next item Gigi pulls out is an amulet.
Didn't we find Fox around
We found him in the forest.
haunted
Well,
forest?
he was.
Yeah,
He,
okay.
it was in a gem.
Yes, that's right.
You've
Okay.
yeah, you've
So he's maybe somewhat linked to this event.
well, you
Maybe.
didn't find the gem in the forest, but
Okay, fair
you
enough.
found a ghost, so to say, or spirit.
Yeah, the playful
That
one.
hinted or somehow gave Boyd the sensation that break the gem. And so Boyd broke the gem, and it seemed like the fox and this spirit had known each other, had some sort of relation.
Right.
Gigi, all right, the amulet was an amulet of natural armor +4.
That's a lot.
That's quite good.
Quite good, yes. Oops.
Friend.
Hmm?
I have a goodie for you.
What do you have?
Does the fox care about the amulet?
The fox shakes like when when Gigi starts like handing this amulet towards Fran, the fox starts shaking its head. No.
As in it doesn't.
I mean, you still have
remember
speak,
it?
right?
If Boy's listening to the fox, he's like, no, that's mine.
Yeah, no, the fox takes it. It
Go
takes
for
it.
Like, I'm reaching out my hand to hand it to Fran, and as I'm doing so, the fox just like
Yeah, it steals
playfully
it.
jumps over and like bites
Grabs
it out, like grabs it with his mouth out of my hand,
Yeah, it makes a steal combat maneuver.
and then tells you that it's his or whatever. I'm like, but I don't know this because I just look at Boy and Fox when Fox like takes it.
Yeah, it does.
Do you say or not say, but like, do you do anything?
No,
I
I'm talking to Boy.
I nod my head.
So you're like telling me like, yeah, this is right.
It's only a slight upgrade
Yeah.
to what I have anyway. I already have a +3 armor.
Yeah, out of character, I'm fine with it. I was just hoping for like in character, like I need some kind of indication, like this is okay, this is normal.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Because he
think
just
so.
took a +4 amulet out of my hand.
It
Like,
did.
Are you going to challenge him for it?
no.
I
I'm just
challenge you
looking
to
for
a dual
confirmation.
fox.
I would probably lose, honestly.
Right. I was just gonna say the rest of us are sitting around betting on the winner, and it's like, okay, 5 gold pieces on the fox.
Oh no.
Okay. The next item you pull out seems to be a cloak.
I look
It's
at the
a
fox to
very
see if it
thick
reacts.
leather cloak. And it is charred and blackened around the edges, and it kind of faintly smells of soot.
Oh dear.
The fox smells it, and it's looking at the cloak, but it doesn't seem to like take it.
Okay.
Okay. I will identify it with my third roll that I already
Okay.
rolled.
Is it 15 plus? Yeah. You identify this as a cloak of fiery vanishing. And once per day, when the subject, wow, English is hard. Once per day, when subject to an effect that deals fire damage, the wearer can spend an immediate action while obscured by the flames to become invisible, leaving behind an illusionary pile of ashes and bones, as if it had been slain by the fire effect. The invisibility and illusionary remains last for 5 rounds until the wearer attacks any creature. Creatures that study or interact with the ashes can make a DC 11 will save to disbelieve the illusion, though this does not end the invisibility effect.
Sorry, does that only happen when you get hit by a fire spell?
I guess when fire happens, yeah. I mean, you can always like torch yourself, I suppose.
Well, I just imagine somebody like hitting somebody with like a dagger, and suddenly they erupt into flames and fall into a pile of charred bones, and it's like, huh? What
If
just
they were a
happened?
flaming dagger, maybe. With the crit, and then it like has the burst or flame burst or something.
Yeah, interesting.
There are more magical items.
Quick question, Secret. Is this barding? What armor type is it based on? Is it like a chain shirt? Is it studded leather or leather?
This is chain.
It's chain, okay.
Yeah, it's just light chain, not
Even
nothing
though
heavy.
my fox doesn't have the like, light armor proficiency, can it wear it?
Yeah, it can wear this. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But do you let it wear it because it's metal and you don't like metal armor?
Hey, druids can't wear metal. No, they didn't say anything about the animal.
I mean, it's your pet.
Yeah.
I'm just
If
asking.
the animal wants to
Well,
wear it,
there
the
are
animal
are
can
things
wear it.
about the fox that Boyd doesn't know. But he discovers over time. But yeah, it seems like the fox can the fox tells you since you guys are talking. He's like, yeah, that's mine. You can help me put it on, and you help him.
Yeah, I'll help him put it on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We might-
I'm just saying, if
we
I'm a
might get
vegan,
the,
I'm not gonna let my pet eat meat. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Even if
That
it needs
doesn't
meat.
make sense at all. Like
Although-
a carnivore is a carnivore. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean
like
you're
the,
an
Well, I
animal.
wouldn't have a pet that eats meat then. In that
It's
case.
like
Unfortunately, there's people out there that actually think that way.
So you
but
wouldn't have a
anyway.
It's like
cat.
the
though.
vegans in
Okay.
Futurama who trained the lion to
Eat
only eat
tofu.
soy.
Oh
Well, I
right,
assume
yeah.
that there's
It's
alternative, like,
your animal's gonna
non-real meat
die.
foods,
There are a ton
right?
of vegans who tried to put their animals on vegan diets, and their animals fucking die. Just stop doing it. Okay,
that
I'm a
really? Okay, I didn't
vegan,
know that.
and this is a PSA to other vegans. Your animal is supposed to eat meat.
Okay, so the
Well, I would have a
fox's,
pet fish then. I
the
wouldn't have a
fox's
pet cat.
AC has skyrocketed.
Some fish eat
Just
meat.
letting
Okay?
I would
you know.
imagine so. Between that, yeah.
Some plants eat meat, for Christ's sakes. Okay.
The fox
Um,
it looks pretty heroic right
the
now.
fox
with,
is
like,
a
an
tank
amulet
now. It's
and
actually a tank.
its armor and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has
Wait, what?
32
I'm-
AC.
Well, no, I'm gonna cast
Hell-
shield on it. Shield of faith, I mean, to give it a
shield's
deflection
nice.
bonus.
Yeah, it's AC's pretty. It's higher than mine by default. Actually, I get slightly higher when I have mage armor, and if I hit.
Yeah, it's
my
pretty
defense is 10.
redonkulous right now.
It doesn't have a deflection bonus, right?
No, it doesn't.
Because I could give it a +3.
You could do
It's
that,
pretty
yeah.
good.
I could also do that for Fran. I think. Do you have a ring of protection though?
I have a ring of protection +3, so yeah,
So it would be useless on you.
it's useless on me.
Gigi pulls out another necklace that seems to have a string of beads on it.
Oh,
The
it's a
beads
necklace
are
of fireballs. I rolled 3 spellcrafts there with my next wand of
Oh,
identify
did you?
charge.
Oh,
By
okay.
the way, I'm doing them in 3s because identify
Yeah, that's
wand
one charge.
charges. Yeah. I rolled well. I rolled 16, 18, 20.
Yeah, one sec.
So hopefully I know what they are.
Okay. So you know that the necklace is a necklace of fireballs type 4.
Ooh, that's more
All
than
the
3.
beads are there. And you see a bottle of oil. You identify that as a bottle of liquid bless weapon. And
Okay.
there seems to be a sash in there. And that seems to be made of white scales.
Sorry, is that like another item I need to identify? How many are we at?
We just got
Yeah.
3, so yeah, there's another
No,
one.
you identified that
hear-
one.
Okay, sash was the third one because there's
Mhm.
the oil, the sash, and
Oh yeah, they're
the
fine.
fireball
And
necklace.
this sash is I guess technically it's a chest item, but
Makes
Like
sense
a
for
shirt.
stash.
3 times per day, The wearer can convert all the damage dealt by a single attack with a melee range or natural weapon into the matching Dragon's Breath weapon damage type, which this would be cold. The amount of damage dealt remains unaffected. The sash may be used after the attack's results are known, but must be declared before damage has been rolled. Attacks dealing any type of energy damage cannot be converted in this manner unless the energy type of the original damage is the same of that granted by the scaled sash. If the original attack would be affected by damage reduction, the converted damage is reduced as if it did not bypass the damage reduction, even if the target has no special defense against the converted energy type. For example, an archer wearing they use black in this one. Black scaled sash makes a successful attack against a target with his longbow. Before rolling damage on the hit, he opts to use the sash to convert the damage dealt to acid damage. Damage is rolled normally, but deals acid damage instead of piercing damage. This includes damage dealt from additional effects such as sneak attack, favored enemy, and Bane's special weapon properties.
That is a really cool effect.
Yeah, you can put resist cold up and then turn a crit into cold damage.
But it is odd
Uh,
that physical resistance still
wait, what do you mean
applies to
resist
it.
cold? What does that have to do with it?
Well, it converts your physical damage into elemental
Yeah,
damage.
to energy damage.
That you deal, not that you take.
Is it that you deal? I thought it was that you take.
The example is the archer
Deal.
has the black sash and
Oh, it's
converts it
that
to
you deal?
acid in
Okay.
the attack. Yeah, so it's good for
Still pretty good
characters
though.
that attack with some kind of martial weapon, it sounds like. Do fists count for that? I think it said any kind of
It's a natural
melee
attack.
Natural
attack,
weapons count too, so.
Yeah, any melee range or natural weapon.
and this would convert it to cold. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And that was 3 times per day?
3 times per day. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
pretty good.
Okay, and then Gigi, you pull out a pair of ordinary shoes.
not
You know what?
magical.
You know what? They're not ordinary at all. They look like Nike Jordans. You pull off some Nike Jordans.
Oh, are they magic?
They are so bizarre looking to you. You're just like, what? These are the coolest shoes ever. If I wear these, they're red. If I wear these, I'll be the coolest person in the world. Yes, they are magic.
Okay, I will detect magic on them because there's no way I'm putting them on without knowing what
Okay.
they are.
These are winged Nike Jordans. These
Hey, I
shoes
didn't
appear
roll
to be
yet.
ordinary footgear. On command, they sprout wings at the heel and let the wearer fly without having to maintain concentration. As if affected by a fly spell, including a +4 bonus on fly skill checks, he can fly 3 times per day up to 5 minutes per flight.
Pretty good.
Oh, they're winged shoes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does that have the feather fall built in too?
Yeah, that's good.
I think so, 'cause
Technically,
it
yes, affected
it
by a
has
fly
fly.
spell, so
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I have the spell fly, so my vote would be give this to whoever didn't get something already.
And that's all the magical items.
Can
from-
Aaron Axis cast fly?
I was
Um,
thinking Aaron Axis would be a good choice.
I mean, in theory, I can memorize fly, but I don't have the spell, and I don't carry it
Well, either
regularly.
Fran or Aaron Axis should probably have this to make them more mobile. I can fly by turning into a
Yeah.
bird or a bat.
I mean, in theory, I can fly by turning into a dragon. Fran doesn't have that option, right?
Well, then give him the Fran.
I
True,
like the
I
idea
know.
of giving the boots to Fran just because I think he's the one I'd cast fly on more.
Then when he does a flying kick,
more
he
often.
doesn't actually land. He just keeps flying.
That's right.
It's a flying
Do
kick.
I
Well-
already have any boots? I technically do. I have feather step slippers, but these are a lot better than feather step slippers, so they kind of accomplish a lot of the same goal most of the time as well.
Maybe.
Actually, I'll take the feather step
Yeah.
slippers if you want to trade up.
Sure. Where are my feather step slippers? Here we are. Trading for winged boots. That's interesting though, because it says it's caster level 8, but it has it's 5-minute duration, so it's not quite exactly fly, but
Right.
well, it is, but it's just slightly lower duration for the caster level. Because it gives you the plus. Well, the plus is it fly chick? Actually, I guess it's just completely different in a lot of ways there. Because fly normally also gives you a bonus equal to caster level, so it's a
So I
thing.
was
Right? But anyway, yeah, it's cool though. Really cool
I
item.
was thinking the fireball necklace and the cloak of vanishing might go well together if I got to use them, because I have some resist fire. I could like throw a fireball that includes me, then vanish and smoke.
Yep,
Sure.
I'm fine with that. It seems that they are a set. It sounded that way.
And then plus I then have a way to deal damage with spells if needed,
Oh, you have something you can use against swarms now.
other than my trident
Ta-da!
that I didn't get to use.
Mm-hmm.
And then who would want the
Too bad the
sash?
sash wasn't for fire as well.
I mean,
I know if it
it's
well
either gonna be Frand or Aaron Axis.
if the sash converted incoming damage to fire, I would have wanted it because I have fire resist,
Yeah.
and that would have been super handy.
I mean, I can take
But
it.
since it's
I just don't
outgoing, yeah.
do a lot of melee damage. So
Well,
Don't?
it applies to damage like sneak attack. It wouldn't apply to elemental damage, so like shocking
That's right.
grasp wouldn't convert.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
But
But you attack with your sword, don't you?
My mace. Yeah, I occasionally
mace.
attack with my mace. So I mean, I'm willing to take it. It's I can use it.
Right, it's the same thing here. Like I can use it, but it's I
you
don't
also
know.
have ways of getting around DR as a monk, right?
Not well. I don't have like pummeling style or anything like that. I just hit it hard enough that
No, but don't your fists count as like magic, and then they
they
count as
do.
like
They count as
adamantine
magic.
or silver or something,
They count as
or
magic.
mithril?
Dude, I'm tired. I can't
Uh,
fucking type.
yeah, silver, cold iron, and I think next level they count
If
as
I'm
lawful.
shapeshifted into an
Yeah,
animal, I
so
technically do still have access to my activatable items, which would be really funny if I turned into like a dinosaur and then I bit for like fire damage or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I went
I'm
ahead and
fine
put
if
that
Boy takes
journal in
it.
there so you guys don't forget about it. But yeah.
Oh, did you say you'll just type up a quick spell book for that one that we found?
Yeah, I mean, basically it's gonna be a high level spell book. So I don't really
Sure.
need to make one unless you want one. But any spell that's related to time control, seizing time, not really divining or anything like that. Just mostly
Altering.
uh, arcane time magic, and then it's gonna have just like your regular everyday type spells that you probably already have
Actually, you know
access to,
what?
but if you don't, you now do. So
You know who can use the sash
like the core
and
spells
does
and
melee attacks a lot?
The
Are you gonna-
fox.
The fox.
Yeah,
Quadrupeds have a chest magic item slot.
I was thinking that
Oh.
actually the fox might be good with it. But I was like, well, the fox also got
do
this
straight up
plus
cold
4 natural
attacks or
armor and the
something.
other
Or
armor.
fire or something, just something useful.
if
get
you
passive
want to, I
effects.
put it
Well,
back in
this
the
one
party
only
sheet.
has cold.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
it's
willing
put it on the
to
fox
offer
for
it.
now.
Light
I
attack.
think it'll
Oh,
be funny.
it's only cold damage. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it's
But
not cool.
the fox
It's like
now
3
can
times
be
a
Winter
day.
Fox.
The fox now has equal like comparable
attack,
wealth
yeah.
to the rest of us. It's like a full fledged party member now.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, all the magic items that Boy would have gotten, they just got put onto Fox.
And
That's
the
all.
fox can still become anthropomorphic.
It's now
True.
it's now Winter Fox. The worst.
A never
League of
winter
Legends.
fox.
I was
Yeah.
thinking the worst League of Legends team in the history of LCS.
Wait, that was a what was the name?
Winter Fox. It was the name
Oh,
of
winter
it
fox.
was the name of an LCS team.
And Fox's arch nemesis is Firefox.
I suppose so. I don't think they were the worst team though, right? There are lots of teams that didn't even like
Well, there's
make
probably
it.
just as many teams in LCS that were equally bad, but they were definitely they got to be in the top of that conversation. Especially the iteration where they brought in Helios's brother to be the top laner. Like, he's like
He's
Diamond.
related to a
He's
good
like Diamond 2 in Korea, but he's related to our jungler, so we'll give him a job. He'll be fine. It wasn't.
Are
and they
you
lost.
still? How long can you speak with your animal, or how long does that?
It's a number of rounds per day equal to my level plus I think it's my wisdom modifier. So I
So
have
probably ended.
13 total rounds.
Yeah, he only activates it when he wants to talk to him for a little
Yeah.
bit. So basically, you can talk
I
to
only
him.
talk to him in like spurts.
Yeah, and basically, you can kind of ask him like 13 questions, basically.
Okay.
You think of it
Yeah.
that way.
You'll have to activate it to get any more info, I guess.
Yeah. Well, if I want to talk to him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any additional questions I want to ask him, but I gestured to give him the sash, and I assume that he agrees.
He looks kind of like puzzled as to like why you're giving him it.
Well, I'll speak to him and say that it's a useful piece of magical equipment that will imbue your fangs with cold
Make your
energy
attacks
3
very
times per
cool.
day.
Yeah, maybe Fox knows some history about this item though.
But he says, "But this belonged to Eldron."
Oh wait, do we know that name?
Elrond or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the elf
Elmon.
lord
Oh,
from
Elmon. I think
Lord of the
Elmon.
Elmon.
Rings.
Okay.
Oh, not Elrond.
Oh, okay. Well, could you still like hold on to it for him until we get to him, or do you not? Are you not okay with that?
Get to him. Where is he? Why is our stuff here?
I was just going to say the
I don't
fact that the
know.
fox's stuff is with his stuff. Now it seems like the fox is like very familiar with the guy.
Well, that means we also need to give him the crown and the rod of rulership, and the fox is now the new king.
That's
I
true.
agree.
I'll bow
I
down
agree with
before our
this.
new lord.
I asked the fox when was the last time you saw Elmond?
During battle.
Okay, so did you see him when he fell?
No, I was taken away.
Oh, okay. Well, we're kind of looking for him right now. We're wondering if he is still alive in somewhere. We might be able to find him.
I will wonder the same thing.
Okay.
The fox begins to sniff around because he doesn't know what to do.
So I
He
guess
starts looking.
this must be where Elmon lived, and the other one was where some time wizard lived. But I don't know if how they're related, unless
It's
they are the
poss-
same person.
It's possible that he just sought out the time wizard to try and correct the mistakes. That
Well, I
it's
take the
not him
sash and
himself.
I point to like the other stuff that we intend on giving to Elmond if we find him. This should be in that group of items.
Sure. I think it's all kind of split up at the moment, actually. Like, I think, but I have like two of those. I have the rod I'm just holding on to, and the crown. I'm actually using the crown right now, but
The fox actually can speak to you guys if it becomes anthropomorphic.
True, it's done it before.
Hmm. Well, I mean, you do have that journal that you can't read. That might answer some of those questions, Aaron.
Hey, do you think the fox can read the journal? Maybe it's
I
written
don't know.
in
Show it to the fox.
Vulcan.
The fox shakes its head. No.
Okay.
Y'all
We need
can
to do
like
something
spend a
about
lot of
fox
time on it and
literacy.
try to do more linguistics checks and draw false conclusions. But you could
do I
try.
do I have linguistics? I think I do, but I'm not very good at it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gigi tried and was like, struggled and closed the book.
Yeah, I only have a 5 mod, so.
Mine's even worse than that, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, Iron Access, there are spells in that book. I think Comprehend Languages is a core spell. Yeah, it's gonna be like all the core spells and then anything related to time.
All right. Well, we
Okay.
found a lot of cool stuff here, and have I don't know, like I wouldn't call them leads, but
Well, we found like something that we
Came to find a
wanted
ghost,
to
but you didn't
find.
get it.
Yeah, we found something we wanted to find. We just didn't expect to find it here, and we didn't find what we were looking for here. Which
We still
is,
haven't.
we found we we think we know. We have a pretty good idea now what happened to Carmen.
That's yeah. We haven't really talked about that, but yeah.
the centaur.
No, Carmen was a city.
Carmen, the town.
Oh,
It's that time wizard. He did
okay.
something.
He did something.
But yeah, I was going to say the mystery of the
He
centaur
did something
still is.
at talk. Yeah, we don't know anything about the centaur.
So are we going to talk then?
I think that's where the path
If we
leads.
can't figure anything else to do here, I think that's the only place that makes sense to do.
I'm okay with that.
I mean,
You
otherwise,
also
I
have
guess we
that
could go and.
unfinished song, I guess. Fran's gonna work on finishing for you guys.
Well, yeah, but that's still tied to talk, though.
Like to
See,
talk, yeah.
that's
It
played in
yeah,
talk.
yeah, it seems to be.
So, but yeah, like I could try to like do something with that, I guess.
Well, once I'm able to decipher this journal, it is. I suspect it's going to have a lot more information for us.
I hope so.
I'll rummage through the spell book and see if it has a comprehend languages. It's just the first level spell, I think.
It's too bad that there's no one here, though. If there was someone here, we could stay
Wait,
here.
does comprehend?
Perhaps.
Yeah, lets you read as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, read and understand. It just doesn't allow you to speak.
Right.
Oh, am I Jacek? Oh no, and
Do you have
written
an open
messages.
spell
Yes.
slot to prepare?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Arcanists don't actually get a lot.
I was going to say I don't even know if I can do that as an arcanist.
You don't have
I
the
think you
exploit
can,
to
but
do it.
you don't have very many slots to prepare spells as an arcanist.
Yeah,
There's
it's
an
something I'll
exploit that
have to
lets you
do next
trade
time.
out spells, but yeah.
There is
Oh,
one that
is
lets you
there?
trade them out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an arcanist exploit.
It's
and
pretty good exploit. Yeah.
You can pull
I
out
was
your
just-
spellbook and do it as a full round action.
I
I
wonder
was
if we
going to
should play an
say that's something
arcanist.
pretty cool because
It's
I've
like
got
the
all
one
these
caster I
exploits
have
that I'm
not
interested in.
played.
The arcanist?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have that on my list of to play also.
They're
'cause
like
it's
the
kinda wizardy.
ideal wizard.
I've been very hesitant
sork.
to play it because,
Oh.
because people say they're better wizards, and I'm like, no, they're not.
I don't think
Well,
they're
I
better.
wouldn't say they're better wizards. They're like the ideal wizard sork. Like I'm saying, it's like if you want the sorceress to be more wizard-like, but you still want the sork bloodline stuff.
Especially if you take the bloodline
Exploiting, yeah.
archetype, which I think Star Fox took, right? You're the
Well, yeah, I took the archetype that
yeah. you did
enhances
bloodline.
the sorcerer blood types. There's
Right.
another one that enhances the wizard schools.
Yeah,
But
that's what I played. I
the
played one.
basics Arcanist himself doesn't have like a bunch of the sorcerer things that I'm doing.
No,
We're right, but you can take
but
an exploit
they have some
that
exploits that are similar to
yeah,
some of the source
that allows you
bloodline
to
Right.
powers. But yeah.
yeah.
I played because I played Araxi was an Arcanist with the teleportation sub school because I took the one that gave you a wizard school, and that was a fun character because I had 3 different abilities and they were all different types of actions that gave me a teleportation effect, so I could teleport like 3 times in one round.
Mhm.
Okay.
So pretty fun. And I was like, even though I'm playing this merfolk who has like no mobility, I'm like, but I actually have plenty of mobility. At least higher levels. Lower levels I would cast like Phantom Steed or Mount or Expeditious Retreat to move around.
So yeah, if you wanted to try to prepare a spell the next day,
Yes. The next day, that's what I would do. As we are journeying to the tower.
Yeah, I
so
don't
you
think
want to
we
head to the tower from here right away.
probably. I mean, we
We
probably stop and camp somewhere on the way because it's probably not a day's journey to get to talk, especially because it's already probably like the middle of the day or afternoon right now when we're here. I don't think we're staying the night at the spooky haunted cabin though.
No, you don't want to feel sad.
I don't want to feel bad about not having earned the right to stay there.
That's fine. I don't think we need to stay here.
Like if I don't at least like clean the place up or something.
I say
But
we
on the
could
other
do some work
hand,
on it, but it's also
I
worn down.
I couldn't. I feel like maybe they like it that way, and I want permission to do it.
Yeah, we can go somewhere else, you guys.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just nod
down to
and like
camp.
point somewhere else.
You said there's an apple tree here, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, all by
Under the apple
itself.
tree.
I go to the apple tree. We haven't done that
Okay.
yet.
You guys go to
Oh,
the apple tree.
oh, sorry. I didn't realize this is where the apple tree was. That's where he was supposed to have died under, right?
Yes.
Rumor, yeah.
It's all like
Rumored
right
to
in
that.
So
the map
Guardian
area,
believe.
I think.
And I'll look around the apple tree.
Is this the apple tree?
I'll look for maybe
No,
like
that's not the apple tree.
Is this the apple tree?
The apple tree is not next to the shack.
it's not on the map.
Is
It's
this
on a
the
hill
apple
nearby.
tree?
Oh my god.
Wait, I think I see it. It's right here. That's where I'm pointing on the world map.
Yes, the apple tree is intentionally put on the map.
All right.
Correct.
I'm gonna look around for maybe there's a carving in the bark or something, or like a little plaque engraved on stuck in the ground or something, or like
Maybe
anything.
you'll get hit on the head with an apple and you'll realize that you don't have to worry about that with your slippers or with your shoes.
I roll pretty low perception, but
Sorry. The apple tree is not at this cabin, right? We've
it's
traveled
close
further.
to it.
It's somewhat
Okay.
nearby, but
Okay.
not on the map.
Sorry, I was confused there for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Well, Fran, you start looking around, and yeah, nothing's standing out for you.
Hmm. Are there any apples in season right now? Wait, there is actually. It's
time
February,
of
so probably
year
not.
is it? Yeah, no, I don't think there are apples in the tree right now. No.
Perhaps if they were in spring, apples grow year round there. I'm told.
Yeah, there's small evidence of like,
Hey.
new bloom, but not quite blooming.
Still winter.
It's weird. It's spring and spring. It's winter and not spring.
It was winter and spring as well.
I
It
know.
was winter and spring.
Do I remember seeing apple trees in spring?
I mean, maybe there were some apple trees.
I'm
And
just saying,
pear
if I didn't
trees and
see
stuff.
apple trees, I might like make a note to bring them some apple seeds. Make sure, because I mean that's such a great climate for apple trees.
Sure, you can do that if you can find any.
Yeah, there's none here, but maybe in a few months or a lot of
Just go
months.
back to Gust and like steal
Well-
their shit.
Maybe we'll camp under this apple tree
Okay.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
a day, away from that shack. I mean, we can
Did-
still kind of see it off in the distance there, but
Did we ever figure out what
Yes.
that like crying sound was? The person you heard.
No.
no. But maybe if we sit under this apple tree, we'll
It'll come to us.
remember something.
Literally, it'll follow us because we went into its haunted area.
Okay. So you guys are gonna sleep under the apple tree.
Yep.
All right. You guys
Just
gonna do
pull out my
watches and
blanket.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna cast Grove of Respite.
Oh, okay.
Hey, let's go.
I have that for
We've used that
you know-
before.
Yeah, I
think.
have. This is the outdoors. Like we're gonna camp somewhere, and I'm gonna make it safe.
And you guys are gonna
And we'll camp
do
here.
watches, I imagine. So go ahead and roll perceptions for those.
Yeah, the grove is warded. There's an alarm spell in place, so
Okay.
Perception.
It also gives us good berry,
yeah, you can eat.
so I'll eat a good berry to get myself back up to full health.
I'll cast heals before we sleep.
Nope,
Please.
I eat the good berry.
I heal you during during my watch in your sleep. Wait, no, that means I won't get the spell back. I do
mean,
it before we sleep.
I'm already at full health from eating the good berry, I think.
One good berry is a full meal as well. So eating more than one, like you start gaining weight.
Then I'd have to work out twice as hard.
I heal you anyways to full.
Okay.
I roll will save
who's
resist
the
for healing.
first watch? Do we have an order for this, right?
Hang on,
Let me
I'm
go
trying to figure out
find
my
it.
Oh, I
D&D.
did. Yeah, just a sec. I think we
Aaron
actually have a
X's
watch
one.
order.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a will save 18
Oh,
to
sorry.
resist.
Yes.
God damn it. I hold the charge and I use it on myself.
Oh no, I just resist. I take half healing.
Oh wait, no, I have to like target. I have to hit you with the touch attack though.
Can you cast a spell, hold the charge, go to bed, and then still have the charge?
I
No,
think
because you have to be conscious.
I'm not sure. I guess he is. I think you have to. I think you have to like. Yeah, I think you might have to be conscious.
Concentrate
And,
on
like,
this.
hold
At the very least, you have to find a way not to touch anything.
Right. That's the other thing too. Is like you might accidentally discharge it on something while you're like
You
sleeping.
cure ant. Woo.
Yeah. You cast it on like a rock or on your blanket or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I healed you for 5 hit points.
But I
Only
think
instead
I've
of
always
11
ruled it
Pluto.
too. Like if you're holding a charge and someone knocks you unconscious from like hit point damage, you lose the spell too. So I think that's always how we played it.
Does anyone
All
else
right.
need healing? No. Okay.
Y'all go to bed except for Aaron X. And whether or not this is normal for you or not,
Hmm?
you dream tonight.
All right.
Fred loves dreaming.
Dream the
Yeah.
impossible dream.
Everybody but Aaron Axis seems to share a dream, though you don't know this until perhaps you talk about it in the morning, or you don't. That is entirely up to you.
I would
But
talk about it because I'm paranoid that it means something.
the shared dream, it's really peculiar because you see a bunch of people of different races and whatnot, and they all seem to be working together in a familiar area, the area you're in when it was daylight. You recognize it because you guys were there for a while. And it looks like they're building and planting and constructing. And the clothes they're wearing is really different. You've never really seen these clothes before, so you can't really put your finger on what time period this might exist in. You don't really know, or even like what city these people are from. It's a little different. You haven't seen it before. And that dream passes, and you guys have many dreams throughout the night. And another dream that you guys have is also in this area, and you see this tree sprouting, and it just happens to be where this apple tree is. And so you just kind of watch the days pass, and it seems really quiet. But every once in a while, you'll see like a farmer pass by and work on the lands off in the distance where the tree is near. And Aranax's shift ends. Frand wakes up. Aranaxis goes to bed. And you guys all start to collectively share a dream, except for Frand. But this one seems to be a little bit different. So this is Aranaxis' first dream. There is a military of hundreds of units tromping over these fields, and they just seem to pass by the apple tree. The apple tree seems to be untouched. They just tromp by all these fields and pass by, and in the distance you can hear screaming and shouting. And your dream rolls over to another dream. And this one, the lands look like they're kind of dead, like worn out. Haven't quite revived from perhaps what you had witnessed before. And Friend's shift is over, and Boy wakes up and goes over his watch. While the others are collectively dreaming, you guys witness a man. He's in a burnt leather cloak. He's wearing kind of worn down garbs, and he has long white hair and long ears, and he looks a lot like an elf. And he looks extremely sad.
Interesting.
He looks extremely sad. And he stops at the tree and sits down to mourn. And he sits like that in your dream for what seems like an eternity.
Until morn.
Who knows? Boy shifts over. Gigi wakes up and takes the shift.
Yeah, I'm
as
actually
the dreams
doing my,
continue rolling,
preparations, like meditation for the day.
Okay, each dream has one thing in common: the tree in the land. It always seems to be like the tree in the land. And in this dream, you guys see a boy and a girl playing. But the girl is a centaur, and the boy is a human. And they seem to be playing and having a really good time, as if they were like the best of friends. Nothing could break them apart. And it's over. You guys wake up. It's the next day.
They had a basketball and they were playing horse.
For the second part of it, I wrote that the land turns into the Pride Lands when Scar was ruling.
Maybe.
Someday somebody will explain to me how Scar managed to do all that. Like, what did you do wrong? But yeah, in this case, there was a bunch of military guys came in and destroyed everything.
Maybe.
They hunted like crazy and destroyed the ecosystem.
Well, and they also were like stomping on what they got built by the first people, the first part.
Did we see what happened to the elf, or did the dream just shift over to the two children?
No, you just saw him pluck down, lean against the tree, and just
Yeah.
sit there and mourn.
Saw him sitting there and crying, and then you saw like the thing where the freaking sun rise and sets multiple times super fast to
Yeah.
show that a bunch of times passing.
But we don't see him die. The dream just
Nope,
ended after
you did
that.
not see him die. You
Okay.
didn't see him get up. Mm-mm.
Dream ended and a new dream started, and it was Centaur and the little boy.
Huh.
Yeah, children.
If only we had. Well, actually, it'd probably just show us the same thing. Say if we cast retrocognition, it'd probably just show us that as well.
Well, you can enter our dreams, right? Or memories?
Wait, do we still have that pillow?
You
Oh,
do
was that the
still have the
pillow? I thought that was
poster,
your.
yes.
I thought that was a special ability you had.
No, I can
That you
share
could.
No,
memories,
shimmer, yeah.
which
Okay,
is a
okay.
lot weaker because I'd only like yeah, like I kind of use that a little bit to be able to like access some of what Mogu was doing, but that's why we had to go back to Tunlin
Right.
because my powers weren't quite efficient to like reach him. Because yeah, mine just shares like a. I mean, I can do it at will, so I can just sit there and keep doing it over and over again, I guess. But it's at the end of the day, it's only like a 1 minute memory or something, I think.
We have to
Hmm.
return this pillow at some point too, right?
Yeah, I mean, at some
Uh,
point we wanted to go there and help, like Tunlin.
Yeah,
She's being like coerced or something by a dark dragon named Sursa, who
yeah.
apparently Alan was looking for, maybe. But we were already over here, so we're like, we'll continue on here this way.
So, you guys had this weird dream, same weird dream I had, right?
Yeah,
Um,
well,
Well, I dreamed of the elf sitting against the tree, and later a pair of
yeah, I dreamed of
children.
that.
it's felt so familiar, but they wasn't like my normal dreams.
The dream had this tree in it, though.
Yes.
Nod.
I detect magic at the apple tree.
okay. You don't detect magic.
Okay. Now, out of character, was this a game where we got that lantern that like protects you from dreams, or is that a different game? Was that Pluto's game?
That was
Shattered
Shadow.
Star?
Yeah, it was Shatterstar.
Okay, sorry, I didn't remember which game it was because that would have been interesting.
Okay.
There's a lantern that like makes you not have bad dreams or something.
It's a
Yeah.
sensor actually. You burn incense in
It's
it.
a Wendigo buster.
True, it would be
Okay.
useful against a Wendigo as well, but yeah, of course it was used to prevent you from while you're in Lang from having nightmares. But
True.
The tree's not magic, guys. I don't know why we all dreamt of this tree in the past, and the elf and the centaur and the
some things
boy.
in this world are not explained by magic. They're
Supernatural.
they're like magic.
magic item.
They're like the thing that magic thinks is magic.
They're
It's-
meta
Whoa,
magic.
that's deep.
It's just natural.
I will have to meditate on that.
Ah,
So the elves' equipment, the
You know,
elves'
technically,
equipment ended up at the cabin.
I mean, I don't think the tree counts as a creature, but it is a living thing. So I'll try to cast share memory with the tree. Maybe the
What
tree
if the
has
tree
its
is
own.
the elf?
Maybe the tree has its own intelligence. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
try it. I'll try to access a memory. Show me a memory tree.
so share a memory. Like if it had a memory to share with you, it would choose what that memory was.
Well, there's not a lot of text on share memory, so it's a lot of it's up to you here. I'll read you the text. You momentarily
Okay.
link your mind with the target and share a single memory of no longer than 1 minute. You can show the target one of your memories, show the target one of its own memories, or view one of the target's memories. So I'm assuming I'm not trying to look for a specific memory. I'm just trying. I want to view one of the target's memories if the tree has a memory.
Question: is the target for the spell target creature, living
You,
creature
Okay.
it's a
touched?
I
it's
have
you
a
and one creature
question
touched.
for you, Frank.
Oh, one creature, so it has to be a creature.
Out of all
Technically,
the
yes.
things you're learning right now, what is the thing that's most interesting to you? Like the centaur or the wizard or something else? Like what's at the top of your like interests for Fran?
That's tough. Probably the thing that is most interesting to Fran that he's most concerned about is the time wizard thing because he keeps thinking about like the other stuff seems so old that like he doesn't think he can really help that. But like there's people in Carmen that need his help now and he thinks the time wizard's related to that. So that's probably the main thing that he's like most interested in learning about, but I mean obviously he's interested in all of it, but in how if it's connected in some way.
Hmm.
But that's I mean, the other hand, he was like moved pretty deeply by the centaur vision coming in as well. So it's probably one of between those two. But I think he's probably leaned slightly, especially after having like slept on it and it being a little more distant now. He's probably like really worried about those people in Carmen. What
Huh.
did that time wizard do?
I guess share memory can be visual, so it's going to share a memory with you, oddly enough.
All right, it's a smart tree.
The memory that you get is of the elf sitting at the tree.
Okay.
And at some point, he's just sitting there sad, moaning, days have passed. He's looks like he's gonna die. All that fun stuff. But at some point, his head jerks up towards the shack. As if he like heard something, because his eyes are kind of moving around wildly, like what was that? Because he's malnourished at this point, it kind of looks like it's kind of somewhat difficult for him to get up and start moving. Also, because he hasn't moved in forever, he was literally gonna die at that tree.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he gets up and starts making his way towards the shack.
And that's probably the end of the memory because he leaves the tree.
That's the end of the memory.
Weird. I think this tree might have does seem to have a memory because it remembers Elmon being here, but he didn't die here. I don't think. He before he did, he got up and moved back towards the shack. So maybe he
Okay,
died
druid,
there,
speak with plants.
or
Let's go.
maybe he's not dead at all. Oh yeah, that's kind of funny actually. Fran's the one talking to the tree as the monk.
I mean, hey, I think it's
Damn
cool.
But I couldn't talk to most trees. Like this is just a very special, weird tree.
Hmm.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Plants.
Oh, you actually have that? I was
Yeah, she
joking.
Yeah,
has
as a
speak with
druid, yeah, I have
plants.
Speak with Plants. I'm a druid.
Yeah, no.
I
I
have an
didn't know if
even
you had
better
it prepared.
spell if I can get some information out of it.
All right. Well, you cast Speak with Plants, and what do you say? What do you...
I ask it. I introduce myself first, and then I ask it. We're looking for more information on Elmond. How did you know him? Elmond the elf.
Yeah, you might have to describe it. It was
I tell the
the
tree
elf
that
that
we've
sat here.
dreamt here last night. We dreamt of an elf here that was here, and I describe him.
Maybe the
Okay.
tree wants to help Elmon.
Well, one sec. You do that. Do you say those things like in the plant speak with plant language? Like what does that sound like?
It doesn't sound like anything. It's
Okay.
it's
Is
just
it
a magical
telepathic?
means to communicate with the plant.
Maybe it's
It's the
telepathic
creak
in a
of
way.
limbs in the wind,
It's
the
it's
brush
not
of
Oh.
it's
the
not
So
brush
he
of the
starts
telepathic.
air.
swaying his arms and his.
Yes, interpretive dance.
All right. You don't exactly get the response you thought you were going to get.
Okay.
Instead, you hear something in your head.
Okay.
And at first, the sounds that you're hearing, the language, you don't know, but you understand what you're hearing.
Sure.
And it says, I did not know the elf.
I still ask the tree, why did he come here? Do you know why he came here?
I believe to mourn.
Uh, did he say any name of any person that he was mourning for?
He did.
I ask it if it remembers the name and if it could tell me.
Uh, Hold on one second. You get in your head, what's your name first?
Oh, I introduced myself. I am Boy. And this is Fox. I point to the fox and
Hello, Boy and Fox. I
call
am
him over.
Tree.
I simultaneously speak with animals too and tell the fox that I'm speaking to the tree. And that the tree has seen Elmond.
Okay. I don't know how to pronounce, but he spoke of Vela or Vala, Vela,
Vela?
yeah.
Looks like Vela to me.
Vela.
But
Vela. I'm assuming that
Ella, maybe.
the boy and the centaur girl that were playing were Elmond and Vela.
If it was Spanish, it'd be Baella. Baella.
Is that what Boy is thinking?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And it's pronounced.
Boy,
if it
you
was
hear in
Spanish, it
your
would be
head
Baella.
as you're thinking that. Boy, you hear that here in your head. No, they are
No?
different.
Oh, how do you know?
I have been here for a very long time.
Also, the
Ooh,
boy wasn't an elf.
what? Oh, he wasn't. He was
True.
a human. That's right. Uh, by what coincidence then did did a boy and a centaur girl and an elf and a someone else who was Vela?
I do not know. I believe somebody close to him, for he was mourning.
Hey, ask the fox if the fox knows that name.
Okay, I'll ask the fox. Does the fox know Vela? Who Vela was?
Yes, yes. That was my best friend. My, I don't know. What would you, companion?
Yeah, companion.
My companion.
Was she
My
also an
human.
elf?
Yes, yes.
What what happened to her? What do you remember of her?
don't. I was taken away.
Oh, okay, that was after then.
Fox is like, yes, she was my pet elf.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
My
basically.
my elf companion.
Yeah. I wonder if it's possible that I say to the elf. I mean, not to the elf, to the
The
fox,
tree.
and
The
then to the
fox.
tree. That I wonder if it's possible that Vela is buried here. I asked the tree, was someone buried here?
No.
No. Okay.
The tree doesn't feel anyone with their roots.
Yeah, it would have like felt or seen or sensed it. Then, why did he come here to mourn this person?
The tree responds to your question, and you hear in your head, I saw him once before when he was a child. His village raised me.
Oh,
Mhm.
did he come from the village that was burned down in our first streams?
That's what the tree is saying.
I remember him well. He trained hard in the fields.
Hmm. That's Um, uh, then what significance does the boy and the centaur girl have here?
I think they're a separate thing that he came across because he looked up at the hut, right? I get the impression the boy lives at the hut. The boy is actually the chronomancer.
The
The centaur,
tree
but
senses
Oh,
boy's
that would make sense.
thoughts and responds to you that the elf was here eternities ago. The boy in the centaur was only 10 or 11 years ago. I'm not sure, but right around then.
Okay.
When it says saying years, the tree says rings ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Rings. No.
Seasons or something like that.
No, it
No,
actually
'cause the
says
tree has
years
rings.
to you, but
Okay.
yeah.
Dang it.
That's fine. Yeah. Hmm. Let's see. Do I ask it? Does it know what became of the boy and the centaur girl?
Not of the
Did it
boy.
ever see them again?
But I have seen the centaur girl again as she had gotten a little bit older. She had
Oh,
zits on her face.
okay.
I saw her being chased by a bunch of humans with sticks and rocks.
Okay, I wonder if it's possible then that the centaurs that we saw like a while ago, I wonder if she was among them. Do you guys remember the centaurs?
well, I remember the ones way back at the beginning. They
Yeah,
were raiding the villages.
I wonder if.
That was way far north, though.
Uh,
I I don't know.
The tree does express to you, boy, that she's the only one that looked like that. None others in this area are like her.
Referring to the
okay,
horns.
Oh,
yeah,
centaur, just in general.
just this being okay. So maybe she doesn't live among other centaur.
Was she killed then? If she was chased, she ran into the hut.
The tree continues to read any of boy's thoughts, if you have any.
Boy has
Well,
no
I do
thoughts.
remember the. Okay, well, I'm remembering this haunt now of the crying centaur, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if maybe she did die.
If you keep thinking about the centaur, the tree will tell you that she has come and gone from this place for many, many years until recently she has stopped. She left and never came back.
Hmm.
She's alone. However, I think something evil showed up over there. I didn't see it though, but I can feel it. Its lingering presence has slowly died away, but it was there.
And I assume that it's talking about the house or the hut,
Yeah, the hut over there.
the one that we found the birds in.
Yes.
Okay. We didn't see anything else in there.
No, no other evidence of like evil thingies. No.
I tell it that we did destroy these like undead birds, and if there's corpses there, I'll show it to the tree.
Yes, evil indeed.
But we didn't find any traces of a centaur.
No,
I don't think we found traces of anything other than the
no,
little
yeah,
cache of magic items.
true. It doesn't seem like if at anything died there or there was any kind of fight or commotion. At most, you guys can probably assess that people studied there.
Mm.
But this is also like really separate. This shack is nowhere near any kind of town or village, so it's really recluse.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I have any other leads or questions to ask the tree here. I only have questions. I only have questions to like what I know, but I don't know if like the tree would be able to answer any of these questions that I've already asked.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody else want to try talking to the tree?
I mean, I can only communicate with sharing memories, I guess.
Yeah, unless the tree like starts speaking in my head or something, I'm gonna assume I can't talk to it, and I don't really have any ideas of what else to ask.
If you share memory with me, can I
As
share with
Gigi
you the
thinks
memories
that,
of?
you hear
Okay.
a voice in your head say, "Don't be so sure, little one."
Oh
In
my
whose
god,
head?
it is a talking tree.
The
Gigi's
tree is invading our minds.
Is it?
What treachery is this?
It
Beware!
seems to
I've
be
heard of these.
detecting your thoughts every time it. Most of the times it
Pull out my
responded.
axe. Never trust a tree.
Oh no!
So is
Uh,
the tree? Is it already awakened?
It smacks you. No.
is it
Um,
like
Okay.
What?
I wanted to awaken the tree.
I mean, what?
I wanted to awaken the tree. That's what I was thinking I could do if we
Okay. Do you
needed
have
to communicate more.
access to that ability? To
I
do
do.
so?
It's a
Okay.
5th level spell.
Yeah.
So
It seems like I might already be an awakened tree, though.
Yeah, that's
I
what I was
don't
thinking. Like,
know what
maybe
else
it's already
to
awakened.
ask.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know the answer. He can certainly try.
So just to make sure that I understand, I haven't
Oh.
missed something.
Sure.
The elf was the sorry, does that the elf was long before the two children, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a
Eternities,
or a boy and
like
a girl centaur,
many
right?
Yeah. Okay.
battles before.
So they are not.
Yeah.
They're not.
They're
They're
not
not
related as
connect.
far as
They're
we
not
know.
related, right?
Yeah.
There's not
It's like
connection.
10 years ago versus a long, long time ago.
The
Like
boy
versus a couple
left.
thousand years ago. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
The boy left at one point, and the centaur came back. was chased back here?
Was it the centaur who like was continuously coming back and then
So
didn't?
boy can't really speak, so
Yeah,
it,
okay,
Well, no,
it
we're
fine.
might be a
asking.
little hard for him to really convey this. But as you guys play charades with
Yeah.
boy, you determine that the boy and the girl were friends.
Yes.
They played, they had good times, no
Yeah.
problems. But you never saw the boy again with the girl, just that one time.
Okay.
So you don't know. You don't know
I like to think
what the
maybe
state of the boy is at this
while
time.
Boy's talking to it, I'm casting share memory with the tree and maybe kind of listening in on the conversation as well
Sure.
Maybe.
through the tree's perspective at least.
But you do see the girl return running. Seems
Being
like for her
chased.
life. And she's being chased by a mob of humans with sticks and weapons and pitchforks and torches, the classic mob chasing a monster thing.
Yeah.
And
I wonder where those
then
humans came from, because
yeah,
there are no towns close by, is there?
not
Well,
close.
the same place
no.
the human boy came from, right? Or not? Or maybe they're just arbitrary.
Well, I mean, somebody's lived out here. I mean, the boy could just be from a little farmstead of some description, but armed
Perhaps.
mob implies, to me anyway, sounds like there's a larger community that. I mean, the only large community on the map anyway is either Dark Stronghold or Carmen, and both of them seem to be a fair distance. The Dark Stronghold's not that far, but anyway.
Mhm. But yeah, and so it seems like she somehow survived because she aged for the next several years that the tree had
Okay.
witnessed. And she came and gone from that location, not frequently, but enough to survive and probably whatnot hunt. But
So this must be her diary then. If she's the
rather,
only one that was seen, sorry. Yeah.
yeah, just to finish that, rather recently, like within the last year, the centaur hasn't been coming back, so the tree does not know what has happened.
Okay. Interesting. So is I mean, I don't know anything about centaur culture, but she might be the chronomancer.
Interesting, if true.
You know what I've gotten out of all this though is the elf king person who lived thousands of years ago
Yeah.
is mourning. Who is he mourning after? Probably his elf maiden wife.
Oh, Vela.
Yeah. So we know what that means.
Or
We
Oh, I
don't
rather,
see
know
what
if
you're,
they
I see what
died in
you're getting.
agony.
Yeah.
I mean, he's mourning a lot, so I don't know. If it was like natural causes, he would mourn, but maybe not run off to a weird place to do it. I don't know.
he ran away to
Well,
mourn the fact
remember the
that Vela
notes that you
became,
guys found in the shack.
Well, yeah, this day I'm going to be casting the comprehend languages on the
On the
Yeah, I'm
journal.
gonna
journal.
try and
Yeah.
read that. Instead of a banshee, it's a bansh him.
Yes.
terrible.
All right. Well, are you gonna do that now? You cast it.
Yeah,
Are we
if
done
we have
talking to
time.
tree?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, for now. The spell lasts for 9 minutes.
As far as we know, the tree's not going anywhere.
It, yeah, who knows?
I'll
Maybe.
be here if you need me.
It seemed
Yeah.
to not mind talking, which is good.
Yeah, we actually got a tremendous amount of knowledge from that.
Oh man.
All right.
We were not barking up the wrong tree.
Are we
Does
going there?
comprehend languages at all tell you what language you are comprehending?
I don't think
There's
so.
nothing in the description that says so.
Okay. Then you don't know what language it is. But you are able to comprehend that this is a diary. It's a rather recent diary, but it has like a scribbled amount of entries into it, as if whoever got this wished they had a diary their whole life, perhaps, because they didn't stop writing. So it will take some time to read. I'm guessing you're going to read
I
that as
have
you're on your
10 minutes
walking
per level.
journey.
What level are we?
Okay. Depending on how many
9.
you
So an hour and a half.
prepare.
Well, as an
Do you have
arcanist,
an
I don't have to prepare
extend?
any. I can just keep casting them.
Yeah. Does
1,
Gigi have an
2, 3,
extend,
4,
Rod? Do you have an
5.
extend? I don't know.
I don't, because I have to use my staff, and I get
Oh.
extend on personal spells anyways.
Well, I have
Okay.
5 castings of first levels, and then if I really need to, I can start just down ranking my other slots and casting like in second and third level slots. So I'll start with my first level slots.
Okay. Well, you start reading the journal. And it starts off like, my visitor gave me this journal today. He told me that I should probably just start writing my thoughts down. It might help me release this anger and frustration I have. He says he needs me to be more clear-minded to learn. And then she continues to go on about, she doesn't really talk about the stranger person and today's journal entries that you're able to read. But she does talk about things in her past, and what you are gathering from the notes is that she was, I guess, adopted, or a foster kid in a village that no longer exists. It was burnt down by an angry mob. And that they deemed her as a demon, a hideous creature that brought terrible luck upon the lands and caused all kinds of problems. And it was all her fault. It was all superstitious, as she would describe it in the journal. But it came to the point where they chased her and the villagers out of the village and burnt down most of the village.
Wow.
In
Okay.
punishment for fostering such a demonic creature. And she fled into this shack, and she doesn't know what happened because she curled up into a fetal position to cry. But after hours have passed, no mob came in to destroy her. She fully expected that. So she doesn't know what happened. But she's alive. And she discovered the hut. And in her journal, she describes this hut being in pretty much the condition you guys have found it, just 10 years, not as terrible condition. But she describes the hut having books and paperwork on a place called Talk. Just like what you guys found. Notes on Talk. And that's pretty much where today's entries end.
So maybe the centaur is the time wizard?
Maybe.
Well, it sounds like she may possibly have been tutored by somebody, whoever this is, that needed her mind to be clear.
So the notes on Talk were here in the shack before she arrived.
Okay.
Also, she was a teenager at that time.
But somebody else came by, gave her this journal, and told her write stuff down because he needed her thoughts to be clear.
Yes.
So it almost sounds like somebody has been using her for some purpose. Hmm.
It definitely sounds like we need to go to talk though.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Which you guys are on your way right now. But talk's gonna be a whole nother session because it's a
It's pretty late, yeah,
doozy. Yeah,
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
But I had a great time this session, so
yeah.
Yes, definitely been missing this game.
Yes.
I would send more fights at you, but they just don't exist right here. So
no, that
That's
was
fine.
Yeah.
this
Fine.
was we had
One storm is more than
this
enough.
was like
That's true.
just the right amount of like we had to really kind of think about a way to try to get the information we wanted, and we were rewarded with coming up with a way to do it. Like I don't know, it felt good.
That's good. That's good. So yeah, I mean, if you want to read some more journal entries, because you got still several days before you're gonna get there.
I assume we'll be reading them on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you wanna do that now?
when we camp for the night.
Yeah, let's do that today, so that because we still got like 25
Okay.
minutes or so. Okay. So you camp and whatnot. There's gonna be like no combat. As you guys are.
I don't think we had any before. This is like established as a relatively safe area
Well, so it may
for the most
seem.
part.
Who knows?
Maybe a
Hmm.
snake bothers
Well,
us, but I think we can handle
the
it at this
wilderness
point.
part of it at least is
True.
like
The
I'm sure
wilderness
like
part
the
is.
Dark Stronghold and Talk are both kind of dangerous places,
Yes.
but
Yes. The map
If we were
does
level
say there's a
1, maybe
stronghold there.
the normal animal creatures would be an encounter.
yeah, that's fair too. Like we're
But at this point, it's like if we run into an animal, I think we just handle it. We have a druid and nothing too scary.
All right. Today's journal entries. She talks more about learning magic.
Aha.
She found a spell book and she's been trying to teach herself. The stranger shows up every once in a while and she still doesn't give him a name.
I was just going to say, she's talking about him as the stranger, even though it sounds like they've had a few different interactions by this point in time. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. And she says, he taught me a couple of things. And she describes basically the prestidigitation spell and
Okay.
mage hand and just the basic cantrips. And it sounds like she might be learning to become a wizard. And she talks about she's just excited about succeeding at this stuff. It was a struggle at first, but as she's been writing into her journal, her thoughts have been getting clearer and she's been able to learn.
Okay.
And then you read the journal for another day. And something familiar pops up in the journal entries. I miss Alan. I wonder where he is. She goes on about how she missed their friendship before the village burnt down and that he was the only one that understood her and wasn't afraid of her and knew that she wasn't a demon as everybody believed. Even her foster parents believed it, but they tried to shield her from their belief. But they still protected her from the angry mob. So she does appreciate that, and she mentions that in her journal entries. But Alan was the only one that truly understood her.
so she must be Sursa then?
What?
Maybe.
Oh,
I don't know how that lines up though, but
The centaur is Sursa? No.
that's what it's sounding like because she says so Alan was looking for his childhood friend. So like that and said that was certain that her name was Cirsa. He never described her, so
True, he didn't.
Huh.
I can't remember if we asked for a description or not, to be honest. But even if I think maybe we did, and he was just he just didn't give us one, but he did tell us her name was Cirsa. That's
Right.
still weird because also like there's also in Tunland there's a Cirsa as
There's a
well.
Circe in Tunland, yeah.
So I don't know
Right,
what
but
the
you know
connection there
something
is.
about the Circe and Tunlin, right?
Well, she showed up in a disguise, so she's like a
Ah,
mage of some sort. So that
so she's
checks
not
out
what she
too.
seems, yeah?
Yeah, that checks out too.
So it's a centaur lady?
It's a centaur wizard, and she might be the time wizard as well.
Or Arcanist, don't...
I mean, there's a stranger or whatever too who might also
Could be a
be
magus.
Yeah, I could. It's a spellcaster of some sort. So. But it'll default to wizard. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it could be a cleric for all we know with like
Do
some
clerics study
illusion
out of
based.
books? I don't know. Maybe
Oh no, that's
there
true.
might
So
be
yeah,
a
it's
yeah.
probably a wizard, arcanist, magus, or eldritch, uh, whatever
Oh God.
rogue archetype,
Eldritch
Jeez,
scoundrel.
no.
eldritch scoundrel, or
No.
that
Or a
one
deity.
weird fighter archetype that gets like up to level 4 spellcasting with a
There's
spell book.
vigilante that gets full spell
Oh
casting,
yeah,
right?
well they get up to 6 level spellcasting. It could be a warlock vigilante as well.
Ooh.
Glad we covered those.
Oh, I think we've covered all the options. But
So Alan is looking for Circe. Should we
Yes.
tell him that there's a Circe in Tunland?
well, who knows if he's still in Carmen?
True. The
Also,
Carmen's
I don't.
like
I mean,
standing still, so it's probably dull place. Not very exciting to
the
be.
thing is too, when she was talking to um Sheetal, I don't know that she was actually there. Like, it's possible that she was like Circe thought that Sheetal was, or Sheetal, I mean, thought that Circe was possibly like not there, like that she was communicating through like an illusion or something, or like some sort of projection or something. So it's possible that she's just in talk, and I don't know. I don't know how what the Tunland connection is really. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't fully fit in together, but I'm expecting that it probably will.
Well,
I hope
friend, you
so.
have intelligence.
Uh, Technically, I do.
Go ahead and roll your intelligence and then
I
your
don't have
wisdom.
I don't have enough intelligence that if somebody were to use the
Oof. You're
rod
not.
of
Yeah,
rulership or
no.
whatever, I would think I would actually just automatically not get a save because my yeah.
Yeah.
What does it say on that rod?
Aeronaxis, roll an intelligence.
Yeah, the rod of rulership. If you have 12 or more hit die, you get a save, but otherwise you don't. So if somebody used the rod of rulership on me, I just follow them around.
Oof. Yeah, you guys aren't really like nothing today. Nothing is coming to you.
I'm sure that will make sense.
Gigi and Boy can too if you want, but I think your guys' numbers are what? Yeah,
They're just as
probably.
high as Frand.
I guess that's true. I suppose that's true. Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
It's average.
Well.
Yep, I just have average intelligence and wisdom.
Yep.
I have 11
right.
intelligence technically, so it's
Now, if it was a charisma
slightly
check,
higher than average, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Friend, you're kind of like on this whole thought process of like tying the two together. I'm just gonna give you a tiny bit of tidbit information. You can run with it how you want, but you start to remember something that those places might have in common. Music. What was in
True.
Tunlin, and what did you find in that shack?
I mean, everything in
Yeah.
Tunman was based around music.
Right, but
and
also
so is talk.
supposedly
Like the powering the time magic and talk supposed to be powered. It's supposed to be powered by music as well.
Yeah, but we found an instrument somewhere, didn't we?
I mean, I have an instrument that I bought in Tunlin.
You
You
guys
do, but
learned
then
by Guardian about a harp
yeah. See,
and
I don't think anybody.
supposedly
Yeah, I don't think
Angel
anybody
Person
had.
has a harp, and one of the harps is the key.
right.
Does Sheetal have a harp? Is that what it was?
Tunlin was supposed to have a key at it. Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe she got it. I don't remember. I don't think we knew about the harp until we talked to Guardian about it,
Guardian.
though. Like, we weren't looking for it when we were in Tunlin.
Right. You don't know if Sheetal specifically has the harp, but you do know that Guardian told you that the harp would be or should be in Tunlin. I think we marked it, right? On the map. Yeah. Yeah, that's
You
what the
put
blue markers are.
Yeah, you put blue markers for ones that I don't know if it's ones just I think it's just ones that were where they're supposed to be. They're not all necessarily there. Like we have the one from Bleak.
Right. And you have her crumpled up notes that she was throwing away where it seemed like she was trying to like study or learn or figure out this song or whatever it is. It seemed important to talk. To activate talk is what the notes would say, but you don't really know like what all activating talk means.
How did she end up like that's the other missing piece too, because from what Sheetal told us, it seemed like she was like one of the dark dragons.
This
Right?
mysterious
so.
stranger that's been teaching her.
Maybe that was the connection. Maybe this mysterious stranger was a dark dragon.
Maybe.
Because at least when she was a girl, she obviously wasn't. I mean,
Yeah, she seemed normal and innocent
yeah.
until the mob chased
I mean, that's
her
probably
off.
everyone in the dark dragons. You probably aren't born a dark dragon, except for if you're a literal dragon. I guess maybe then you are. I don't know. It's hard to say. Fran doesn't fully understand the white and black dragons. Uh, you know, like what they actually specifically are. You know.
It's just a faction, but there are
Yeah.
dragons in the faction, but the whole faction isn't dragons.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the line's a little blurry sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be specific. Do you mean like a black dragon?
I mean, you can
Or
cross
like
the line too, right? Because there's the guy in the Dark Tower who was a black dragon and he's not now.
Right. I just know there's like times where like someone's like, "Oh, you're a white dragon friend because you're opposing the black dragons." He's like, "What?"
Oh,
I get it.
technically, it's
All
the
right.
dark dragons and the light dragons, if I'm not mistaken, right? They're not the black dragons.
Right. Dark dragons. Technically, yes.
It's the dark dragons and the light dragons. Well, in any case.
It's dark and white, not dark and light. I know it's weird, but it's dark and white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, basically. So we got time for one more day of journal reading.
Okay. And then yeah,
and
maybe
then
next session
we'll end the session.
Maybe next session we'll actually talk to Sursa.
Maybe. Who knows? All right.
Definitely find something at talk at least.
In this journal entry, she talks about the stranger revealing his true self to her today.
Alright.
At first, she was extremely frightened. But then she learned, or she reminded herself that she has the power. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the things she's learned. And she talks about she just kind of gloats, I guess, about things
That's-
that she knows and can do that he's not aware of.
Mm.
And that when the time is right, she will use talk to be with Alan again. But she continues to describe the stranger as a hideous foul creature who seems to have no life. Just a skull with glowing eyes.
Hey, we know
And
that
a
guy.
black cloak and hood.
The necromancer
Lich?
guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought at first when
He showed
said
his
that she was
true
scared at
powers
first,
today.
she was gonna be like, but also everyone was scared of me, so I get it. But no, it's like, but I have secret powers. It's like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. In the journal entries, it sounds like she might have learned things about talk that she might not have shared with him.
Yeah.
And she seems to have maybe a different agenda than whatever his is. That she doesn't really talk about what his agenda is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think his agenda is good, whatever it is.
I mean, if you guys are correlating him to Mr. Necro, you guys are bumping into, yeah, probably not.
It seems like it's probably the same guy, but it could be someone else.
Maybe. The description does sound awfully familiar.
I mean, how many glowy-eyed skull-head guys do we know?
I don't know. Fran, you've been traveling the world for a while.
Yeah, the only thing I'm not 100% sure is maybe she is talking about a different Alan, because, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've met at least one or two other Allens.
Could be. It could be. Is it Alan Smith? Alan Joe? Alan... Oh,
Yeah.
man. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. There are still some journal entries to read before you guys get to talk, as well as...
What was the name of the guy? I have Madison Gray's name written down, but I don't remember the name of the hunter guy or whatever that we also ran into in that forest. That we
I
rescued
don't
from
know.
the.
He was a completely random NPC. Just
I'll have to look that
pulled
up.
out of my butt.
I could pull it in the
Oh.
VOD, I
Yeah,
guess.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually really worried because I was like, oh my god, did I name that ghost that the fox was in the forest with? And I might have given her a name, but like I completely forgot if I did or didn't. But I don't think I did give her a name to you guys, but you guys did encounter.
No, so this is so you came
female
up with a name
ghost.
today to have for her, basically.
No, she had a name. I just can't remember if I like
If you
gave
gave
it
a
to you
different one or something.
guys or not. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, like a bunch of things. I'm sorry, it's a bunch of maybe not even intertwined stuff, but it's a bunch of strings happening right now. So yeah.
No, like this was cool. I liked it. I like stuff like this. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a mini puzzle, story puzzle.
Well, if you guys haven't really noticed, you're kind of getting close to Mr. Bad Guy's house on the map, you know, so
I hope so.
things are going to escalate. But I'm imagining that we're probably going to finish this campaign
Ooh.
at a lower level. I don't think we're gonna get to like 15 or anything like that. And speaking
fine
of,
with
I would
me.
like to
Sure.
I would like to level you guys up now.
to level 10.
Yeah, I don't think you guys got a
To
whole
level
lot out of your
14.
level 9, but you will get a lot out of level 10, so that'll kind of make up for that. But yeah, go ahead and level up to 10 so that
Yeah,
when you
level
do
10
get
is
to
huge.
talk, it's
So
but,
we got 10,000
Okay.
XP for this session from story knowledge
and a swarm.
and the swarm. Yeah.
Also, the tree, which you guys still don't know much about, other than it seems to communicate to you.
It's very talkative. Friendly tree.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
yeah. It might be an awakened tree or something.
Well, it's speaking telepathically to those who addressed it, but only to those who addressed it. Oh, and then that one time, Gigi was like, had this random thought, and it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
and then I was like, wait, it can read my thoughts, but I don't know what to think.
But I'm thinking that we'll probably start like Crimson Throne by like September.
We're doing
What is
Crimson Throne?
Crimson Throne?
So an AP.
Werewolves and vampires.
Oh yeah, Vampire Hunter time.
I don't know if it's Vampire Hunter time. Just
Oh,
I mean, read the player's guide on that one.
Do they have a updated player's guide with that came out when the hardcover
Yeah.
did?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know there's also the original one, but an updated one.
Yeah,
has
they like
newer classes in mind.
rewrote an entire book and then they made modifications to the rest of the book. But like one of the books, I don't know if it was like 3, 4, or 5, but like they completely rewrote one of the books. Compared to its D&D version, or its 3.5 version, technically.
Ooh,
I don't know if Zerdurium knows, but technically, Paizo was writing books for D&T 3.5, and then they decided to make 4E, and Paizo was like, no, fuck that. Let's make our own rule set as close to 3.5 as we can get, but our own way, and then they made their own content.
That's where Pathfinder came
there
out,
was
so their first
lot
3
of
books
flash.
were written in 3.5.
I was going to say, I think it wasn't just Paizo that said, to heck with that, we're going to go our own way. I think they saw the market and saw the opportunity and pounced.
Yeah, there were a couple things too, though. I think also the 4E license agreement wasn't open game license. It was something. I don't think 5E is either technically, but it was.
Paizo was founded to be originally. They were making all of these modules of these adventure paths based on the open gaming license that 3.5 ran under.
Yeah, so they were able to make stuff for 3.5 without having to like pay Wizards basically like licensing fees or anything like that. Whereas I think in order to make stuff for 4E, they would have had to give like Wizards a cut, I think, or something. Like it's not it's not as open a license agreement. So that was part of it too. And then also there was a big market pushback against it. I think if 4E never came out and they just skipped straight to 5E, there's a chance that Paizo doesn't get the market share that they ended up getting.
Yeah, probably.
Because at one point Pathfinder actually was more popular than D&D.
Yeah.
During the 4th edition era. It wasn't until 5E came out and then the D&D kind of took back its spot at the top of the.
It's just 5E is ideal for streaming, and streaming became big.
Yeah, well, and like that's the thing too. It's like because like Critical Role, for example, actually originally was a Pathfinder campaign, like the original, and they switched it to 5E.
It's just too many rules for a live setting.
They're like,
and
they were like, how many times do we have in our games where we just stop and
talk about rules for like half hour?
And it's funny because like even like the Pathfinder podcast, like Last Cannon podcast I listen to, like the official Paizo podcast there, they do the same thing. Like, and they edit their podcast too, so they take out some of that stuff, but like there'll be times they'll just leave it in there. It's like where they sit there and they're like, how does this work? And like, I don't know. I mean, I like that about that too, because like it's even though it's edited, it still feels like an actual like table. Like it feels like the game I play, which is what I like about it. But it's kind of sad that now they're all moving to 2E, but I'll probably still check. I mean, that'll be a way to learn 2E, I guess. I actually still haven't played it yet, so.
Yeah, I don't really know, but
I've heard fairly good things about it, but I'm not really planning to switch to it or anything anytime soon. But if somebody ran a game for it, I'd probably invited me to play, I probably would.
I mean, I'd play because it would be like effortless to learn just your rules for your character. But to game master, fuck that. I don't know.
I mean, it's supposedly easier to run as a game master, but I don't know. On the other hand, there's there's something to be said for having rules for everything, you know, like.
True.
But yeah, the only thing is there's so many times where it's like the rules aren't always like there's rules for everything, but they're not always super clear.
Well, I guess it just depends on the table you're at because, like, rules are for all fairness. Some players want all fairness. No rules are for story control for the game master, you know? So it's like, which kind of
Yeah.
player are you? Do you want to play like a fair game of numbers or do you want to play a story?
Right, that's the thing. The Pathfinder system puts more agency on the players because there's more different things you can do where like you don't have to ask the GM permission and be like, "Hey, how can I do this thing?" and the GM has to come up with something. Like you can just be like, "Hey, the rules say I can do this thing." And like I guess technically the GM can say no, but like generally when you're playing Pathfinder, that's the expectation is you'll be able to do the things the rules say you can do, and there's a lot of things the rules say
Mhm.
you can do. Oh, it looks like
Yeah.
actually they have it as a blog post. Is the player they were for the hardcover? They do
Oh.
say you can check out the original Curse of Crimson Throne player guide produced back in 2008 for even more details. Most of the rules and mechanics in that book have long since been updated. Pathfinder, one exception, campaign traits. But they presented the full detail in the hardcover edition, but they're also in this blog post as well. Anyway, yeah, I'll put it in Discord.
All right. Well, it's
Yeah.
yep, it's time to head out. Good
That
night.
was great. I'm glad we were able to get back together finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just
For
want to
sure.
give you guys a warning.
The game's not going till like late, right?
Huh? No, no.
That's
has
true. Was
no-
that your
has
warning,
nothing
or
to
is
do
there
with it.
another
No,
warning?
no, 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 no. You guys are about to approach talk. And yes, expect a lot of things related to time. All right, let's have fun.
Okay.
We're
It's
gonna have a good
It's gonna be
time.
the timey-wimey episode.
Dude,
Timey
time
wimey.
can turn into like a complete disaster or not. I'm hoping that like you guys enjoyed this explanation and things of time, but I know how time can sometimes like really just destroy something if not
Oh,
done
like time
well.
travel stuff. Yeah.
Well, or other things, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I actually I've been watching the Avengers lately, and like their explanation of like Thanos and time and that stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, this is
They do it pretty
okay.
decent.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did an okay. Like, but you have other movies. There are things like Star Trek, and they just fuck it up. I know how hard they tried, but they fucked it up. I'm sorry.
How am I assigning my skill ranks here? I'm putting a point in perform strings. Put my
Yes,
ranks up
that's
to 2.
getting your practice. Getting your practice.
I was thinking with that like book we got, I could go into like profession cook, but I don't know if I really want to do that.
Yeah. That
Like, I
that
don't
book
think it
might
fits
have
GT
been why
really.
that centaur was able to maybe survive.
Oh, okay, cool.
Maybe, just maybe. Possibility. And a man without his whammon.
All right.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I will talk to you guys later.
All right, see ya.
Okay,
Bye.
goodbye.
Yep. Good night.
I want to put a point in stealth or sense motive. I'm putting